Good morning, good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning to you.
You are now listening to the Sunday Morning Breakfast Radio
Oh, Laras! Good morning, everybody. This is Sunday Morning Breakfast Radio Show coming to you live on Facebook Live and YouTube. The number to call in, 516-900-2278. We are the Weekend Review Show. We do this every Sunday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Facebook Live and YouTube. We have there you go. Thank you for Trinity Man. You might want to fix your camera too. Make sure you're Trinity Man. Make sure first off.
Yo, his camera looked the best out of all of us. Actually,
first of all, look at my man right now. Like he got the nice polo on.
Yo,
all right,
fresh cut,
fresh.
Yo, what fresh cut, guy?
You look good. Y'all look good.
Hold on, don't start.
Yo,
take it easy.
Y'all look good. You know what I'm saying? So.
What fresh cut, guy?
Usual suspects aren't here. We have Bino is back from Vegas, so clap it up. Bino!
What's good? What's good?
How we doing, man?
I'm chilling. Y'all good?
Yeah, we good.
We're working on this camera here.
Yeah,
but,
there we go. Yeah, a little
good to see the effort is there as we close out. Yes,
it's still here.
Yeah.
Crystal, I believe, is away, visiting family, and Voice is doing T-Mobile stuff. So, shout out to them. But
Voice's defense, he'll be here in a bit.
Okay, cool. So anyway, we have Trinity Man here.
Yes,
Trinity Man, how are you doing, brother?
Yeah, I good.
Wait, didn't your birthday just pass or something like that?
Yeah,
it most certainly did. Let's.
Oh my gosh!
Now, you look all of 53. But what is your exactly? How old are you? If you don't, do you want to get into that or no?
No, we don't need to get into that.
Okay. So 53, over or under?
Under.
Over.
I'm just asking. All right, okay.
That's fine.
He's under 53. Okay, let him tell it.
So listen, Trinity Man, what do you do for your birthday? What you end up doing?
I just really just stay home and relax and.
Oh, okay.
Did you have a birthday roti?
Not even. No, I did not.
No, you put the candle.
I went to work. I went to work. I came home.
Yeah.
I relaxed. My cousin brought me a nice little cake.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was Trini Pup involved in any of this?
She better have been.
And I had some guests. So, no complaints there.
Oh man.
Yeah, I can't do.
So Trinity Man, like, are you? Well, so the series finale of the show will be next week. Will you be present next week to share
man.
the occasion?
Of course.
All right, man.
Will
and then
a
we also
certain
have
puppy be with you?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you have to bring the puppy.
I mean, it's the only way to close us out, man.
It's the only way to close out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And by the way, like.
You talk
echo
like
in here.
It's talk like it's my dog, but it's all right, you know.
Well, look, whoever you all under the same roof, yes. The dog contributes to the rent like everyone else, right? Contributes to the mortgage, yes.
No,
okay, good. So yes, bring it.
You know, I would not expect that dog would have to pay a damn dime out of that dog's pocket because she deserves everything she gets.
This is a fact.
She doesn't need it. No.
We're glad to have you, Trinity Man.
It's great to see you, man.
Trinity Man, you know the mic picks up the sign, right? Oh, you know the mic picks. I know, right?
Man, call us at 516-900-2278. So, how was Vegas, man?
Yo, before we even get into that, so Trinity Man's coming in, right, just now. And I'm like, Man, is that you? Yo, when some weirdo maintenance man that's in the lobby goes, yeah, I'm right here. I swear to you. And I go, whoa, sir, there's only one man. I bring Trinity Man past him. We look at him funny. I'm like, who's this weirdo?
We didn't look at him man funny.
Yes, we did, Trinity Man. We didn't look at the man funny. Okay, I looked at the man funny.
Exactly.
Trinity Man's he's just trying to do his job, man, and all this other shit. I'm like, man, that's not his job to answer when I'm talking to Trinity Man. Exactly.
There's only one Trinity.
His job was to shut his mouth.
Oh, man.
Poor guy.
It's okay, man. He made an honest mistake. No, Trinity's such a nice guy, man. He doesn't even bask in his own ego. He's just like, no, it's all right. Anybody could be Trini.
Yo, but the dude seriously was like, yes, I'm right here. I'm like, what is this, attendance? Put your hand down. I'm not asking for you.
What is happening? Yo, the man ain't even good. Yeah.
Yo.
Even. All right, cool.
Trinity Man, you saw what happened. I'm lying, man?
Oh, my God.
All right, then. Anyway, Vegas was cool, man.
Now, was it really hot? Was it dry heat? Or?
Yes, it was really hot. Yo, each day was.
And
like
I know you don't deal with heat very well.
I don't.
Not at all.
But again, it is dry heat, so it's like a hot 80 here. If I had to compare it.
Right.
So we went for Sweet Mama's brother. Her brother had a birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
And her birthday was yesterday.
Happy birthday!
So their birthdays around the same time.
Happy birthday!
Yes. Are you a Virgo as well, Trinity Man?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So yes, happy birthday to Sweet Mama.
Right.
Speaking of which, I took her to La Marina last night, right?
Oh, that's the thought spot. Okay.
Yo, that shit, son.
Wait.
Well, of all
You
places
took
to
Sweet
go
Mama
to.
to La Marina.
Yeah. I was told it was like a nice restaurant
No, it
type
very
of
much
affair
is.
on the
It
water.
very much
It is
is.
not-
It is
Now,
very
now,
much is.
granted,
It
I
is
do
not
hear
central.
about it in your.
Whoa,
I do hear
the
about it
nightlife
in
is different.
your Negro poetry there, rap. I hear about it a lot there, so I figured, it was a nice popular place. So we go there, and it's in the Heights.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's in Washington Heights.
Dykeman.
Trinimon, you've been there?
Yes.
What, man?
More than once, actually.
Excuse me.
Oh, he's trying to get the Puerto Rican girl.
Yo, what?
yo, easy,
that was
easy.
another thing, bro.
Yeah,
so we go there, and
easy.
it's La
Puerto Rican
Mega, like. And
Welcome, be known.
bro, after one, especially for me, if you don't speak the language, after one bachata song, you've heard them all because they all sound alike.
Pretty much.
After they play the third song, you're like, oh my god, is this song 30 minutes
boy.
long or what?
Pretty much, yep.
But anyway, so we there, and nice ambiance or whatever. But as expensive as the plates are,
Yes.
yo, the food
Yes.
is smaller than Happy Meals, B. I'm like, son,
I don't know what you got, but
B.
that's funny.
Oh my God, son! Like the parsley is bigger than what it's covering. Like it's ridiculous.
Yo, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the food wasn't that big, but the food was tasty though.
I mean, yeah, it's tasty though, but still, it's not that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they have the food trucks out there too, though.
oh, bro, I wish they was there last night. It has saved me a trip downtown. What?
I was there years ago.
Son,
Yeah.
I'm good, B. That shit is gassed, B. What?
Yeah. You just go there to
Like-
really party and stuff.
But again, if you're partying to La Mega and you don't listen to that Mark Anthony
Well, no,
shit,
no,
like
no,
it
no.
ain't doing you no favors, you know what I mean?
The first time it was more like what we went out there for. We were just like really bar hopping, and that was the
This
final
guy.
stop.
Trini, man, if
This
I can get
guy.
a camera on you bar hopping, it'd be the greatest thing ever.
And the second time it was for a soca event. That I
Oh, well,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
I mean, you better show some
Yes.
damn respect to
Tiny
Soca.
Whiny Fest must have been insane. I could
You
imagine.
know about all that. but it
Nah,
was a
you don't know
good
nothing
night.
about that,
Yeah,
right?
it was a good
The
night.
Mighty
It was a
Sparrow.
good
Get out of
Oh
here.
my God,
night. It was
yo.
a good night. It was a good night.
Yo, the damn bathroom, yeah, so you also about the bathroom attendant. So, like, they had a woman sitting in between, like, the men's and women's bathroom, and she was clearly drunk. And I'm like, yo, what kind of shit is this? Like,
was
I've
the
never
one- she
seen.
worked there?
Yeah, she's like a bathroom attendant.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was just ridiculous. But so we wound up after that just going down to San Gennaro and actually getting a meal.
Okay. So, pretty much, you had an appetizer at La Marina.
Well, it was more so for Sweet Mama because you know my ass. I'm gonna order 6 things anyway, so I'm gonna
Right,
find
right.
a way to get right. If I
Right,
gotta order
right.
the whole left side of the menu, so be it.
Right.
But she's sitting there looking at me all hating.
Look at you.
Someone's enjoying his meal.
Feeling their hunger. Nah, yeah, La Marina that's the thought
Oh,
spot.
son,
man.
I live and learn, B.
Yeah,
What?
man,
Never
that's-
again, B.
that's- I think they're trying to close it down too for whatever.
Really?
reason. Yeah.
Yo, B, I will not stand in the way of that, son. You remember they was closing flagship, man? I was ready to strap myself to the building, dogs.
No!
Not this time, dogs. Please, yo. What? Yeah, Sweet Mama said she gonna get her Yelp on.
Yo, I ain't your friend. I want to roll up there on a yacht.
You want to roll up there in the yacht? Well, one day
Yeah.
I know. Yo, listen.
Roll up on
I
a
can
yacht.
imagine you with your skipper hat.
I know.
Yo, I want to get this skipper hat too, so don't do me that.
All right, let's get to top fives, man. This is kind of getting kind of crazy. Let's get to top 5 stories of the week.
This is the top 5 stories of the week. Number 1.
All right, so to start it off, Sarah Huckabee Sanders this week actually did something that kind of surprised everybody in this room, and she actually apologized. So during one of her press briefings, she had the audacity to say that this president, Donald Trump, has created more jobs than our previous administration and any other administration before. But she decided, in the rightful manner, because she knows the fact checkers were going to hold her accountable, essentially to moonwalk from that comment and apologize for that, which we have to actually commend. We actually got to give credit to that. Like she said, "Yo, I'm sorry, I was a little bit wrong. I had the time frame wrong, according to her tweet."
Yes.
Let me get the right tweet. But
Yeah,
aren't
tweet
you
it
any
out.
of you guys surprised that she was willing to at least apologize and
Yes, because this
take
administration
accountability?
has never been
Never,
wrong. Let them tell
ever.
it. So, it's a surprising thing for them to do the humanity thing, and
Right.
and to admit to a fault here.
right?
And plus, it was a bold-faced lie anyway.
Right.
Exactly.
Specifically referring to the African American community.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, anytime you make a comment like that, you're gonna get the the targets and the ads. And here's what she said. She said, correction from today's briefing. Jobs numbers for President Trump and President Obama were correct, but the time frame for President Obama wasn't. I'm sorry for the mistake, but no apologies for the 700,000 jobs for African Americans created under President President Trump.
Yeah, same thing. But yeah,
exactly. Right. Wow.
Good for them.
She said, this president, in the press briefing, she said this president, since he took office in the year and a half that he's been there, has created 700,000 new jobs for African Americans. That's 700,000 African Americans that are working now that weren't working when this president took place. When Obama left after 8 years in office, he had only created 195,000 jobs for African Americans.
Untrue.
And that's not even being close to true, said the Labor Department. The Labor Department was like, Nathan, you are completely wrong. But we have to, listen, this president is under a lot of heat. People are writing op-eds about him behind his back. He has his new book coming out with Woodward. Has his new book coming out basically talking about how the administration is basic chaos and no one trusts this president, even his own people.
Which is so crazy.
He's beefing with
What's
Nike.
crazy about it? He's unfit to be in office in the first place. I mean, it is what it is.
Here is the dilemma, because obviously we had an election this past Tuesday, right? For primaries. There is a possibility that this man can't get reelected. And I was watching an interview with Michael.
I wouldn't doubt that. I actually heard something from a person that I know, and she was.
I like it.
What a source! Yes.
I don't want to go into too much detail.
Okay.
Right.
Mr. Bino.
Right.
Thank you. But as she was saying, you want to get all laugh all roll?
No. Go ahead.
You got it, Trinity.
She was mentioning that someone who's close to her is saying that he is, because that person is actually around that type of crowd. So they're saying that,
He's beloved.
He could actually get the next two.
Absolutely.
Well, here's the
people forget about the previous election. Now, mind you, I was watching an interview with Michael Moore, and he said, just fathom the thought of having to be with this president until 2024. Think about that.
Jesus.
Think about that. You're going to have to deal with this president until 2024. Now, here's what I think we've all learned our lesson. I think voter turnout will be a whole lot different next time around, because I think he lost in certain districts. He won in certain districts by 2 votes. It was as simple as 2 votes in certain districts that Hillary could have won. And it just turnout wasn't the same. And remember, Bernie Sanders followers really didn't come out to support Hillary Clinton.
Well,
And now they
were kind of bitter about how Bernie lost that in the first place. That was some other BS. It is what it is.
But when you make this reality, now you start realizing, maybe we should have went to the polls.
Jesus. Speaking of Bernie Sanders, if one of his people send me another text message
oh
again,
my God,
yo. Yo, my block game is thorough. Can we count on you to block? Mr. Henry, can we count on you to eat a dick? Yo, I'm not playing with him, yo. So my phone don't get no rest lately.
They're very aggressive.
Goodness.
Very aggressive. All right, let's get to number 2.
Number 2.
So this past week, this Tuesday, was actually the anniversary. I hate saying anniversary.
It's a celebration.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I don't even like
Celebration.
celebration. It's a commemoration of essentially the horrible events of September 11th. I think we talk about this every year when we do
Every year.
Where we were.
Well, Trinity, where were you at during
this
this time?
is very, yes. Where were you?
Where were you
when
in
9/11
September?
happened?
I was not here. I was in the island.
Oh, really?
Yes.
But I'm pretty sure you guys got the news that this had happened.
I remember. So I came home from.
Oh, you didn't give a damn about America.
No
Communist.
comment on that.
Oh.
But I remember coming home from school that day. Yeah. And
Wait.
Yo, are you just thinking of him in his little uniform with his soccer ball? But yeah, no, go ahead. So you came home from school, and what happened?
anyway,
yes.
I came home from school, and a friend of mine was telling me, you hear what going? And I was like, no. And he was like, everything funny to you?
No, just you. But go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yo, I swear.
This is a serious matter right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
This is a
yeah,
serious
yeah.
matter.
Exactly.
Go ahead, tell the story, Chima.
So, he was like, yo, you hear the drop the towers on them? I was like,
Wait.
what are you talking about?
They dropped the towers on them.
they dropped the towers.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
And I was like,
God bless Trinidad. Yes. So, let's not hear more of the story.
Yeah. I think we've heard enough. Yeah.
I think it's going in the direction that we really don't.
Yes.
I mean, we might have to kneel for Trini Man right now after the story's over. But yeah, I everybody remembers that day. It was a Tuesday.
Carol Ross says I was on my way to One Police Plaza.
Yeah, that's right there. That's a few blocks away. It was. I remember it being a really, really, really nice day. I was getting ready for school. I saw that first plane hit. I said, I guess I have no school today.
Yeah.
and I stayed my black ass home.
Yes.
I remember phone lines. You gotta it was crazy because I think Aaliyah had died a month before. It was just a very weird vibe, and then this had happened, and then yeah, I remember trying to get in contact with so many people, and the phone lines were out. You couldn't call anybody, you couldn't get in contact with anybody. So much so that you could see the smoke from Queens.
Yeah, I was hearing about that.
You could definitely see the smoke from Queens, which was unbelievable. Yeah, it was just a sad day, man. And I won't forget a couple years afterwards. I was doing at a previous job. I was doing inspections, and they have. Near the towers, there was this, I think it was the Goldman Sachs building or something like that, and they left the floor. They didn't touch a floor in the building, kind of commemorating the victims, and all you saw was just people's previous items, and because I think they had gone to a meeting at the World Trade there, and then they never came back.
Yeah, they did that at several places. They did that at the Century 21 over there.
Yeah. Oh, yes, yes.
At the Century 21, there's a side where you see like all the cement and all the stuff like on the clothes. It's crazy.
Right. Yeah. So it's you can never ever, and then you know people who work by Battery Park. I remember working by there, and they would say that it was one of the craziest moments they've ever lived. Obviously, but you know, like I think they were still finding body parts and things like that, like horrific.
Really?
Yeah, like it was. You can imagine, like, just the idea of being in that building. And listen, and this goes without. Obviously, we've had our issues with NYPD and authorities, but no doubt they rose to the occasion. And we lost a lot of firefighters. Even though that hasn't been the issue between, I guess, our community and them. I mean, there's been a few things here and there, but as far as like what they did that day, and every day for that matter, it was heroic. They lost a lot of fight. But the thing that people forget, that there was a beef afterwards. There was a I guess confrontation between NYPD and FDAY at Ground Zero.
Yeah.
You do remember that, correct?
Yeah, not to
right,
put darkness on the situation, but the firemen were good for stealing.
Well, I think
during that time, there was a lot of accusations about that, like the firemen. Wow. I mean, to this day, they say because I mean, all the firemen have to do is say like your shit burned. So, you know, have a fire in your house if you have a 65-inch screen TV if you want.
Right.
That'll be the first thing. Oh, that got destroyed.
I thought,
the rest of the house is fine. What do you mean? Like that happens. So even during 9/11, unfortunately,
there was also
that was a big
like
to-do.
a confrontation between I guess they wanted to go look for bodies. And NYPD people wanted to go look for their I think there was actually a fight at Ground Zero. I think there was actually a fight, but
that's crazy.
One of the things, and then we'll get to the next topic, but one of the things I really remember, and it's kind of sad to think about it now, but everybody rocked with each other. That was the most unified I'd ever seen in this country ever. Which is unfortunate because I guess you disagree. But
it's not that I disagree. I just think it was a lot of bullshit, fake patriotism at the time, and now all of a sudden everyone was interested in Bush's war that he was pushing for 6 months.
It wears off, yeah. It wears off.
It was just a lot of crap to me personally, but you know.
Yeah, but I just remember everybody was nice to one another, and everybody was so patriotic.
Yeah, and you're not a nigger after all. Come here, right? I'm sure.
Right? Isn't that crazy? Like, oh my God, we're all really Americans. Yes. And then it wears off
because we're united against the sand niggers.
Yeah. All right. Well, they don't talk about that, right? Yeah. And then next thing you know, yes, Black lives really don't matter.
Exactly.
We're back to where we started. So yeah. Obviously, we'll never ever forget. And I just hope that with the years go by, and I guess this naturally happens, that this I don't want to say this anniversary, but this event gets diminished every year. You know what I'm saying? The Civil War doesn't have much effect on us because it was years and years and years ago. There will be a point where 9/11 will be just another date.
Yeah, it'll be referred to like how people talk about Pearl Harbor.
Right.
Something like that.
Exactly. So let's get to number 3.
Number 3.
So there's Hurricane Florence, I guess, going through the Carolinas at the moment. This president, trying to defend himself. Does anybody feel confident that this man will successfully allocate funds to help out the families? From my understanding, it's not as bad as it once thought it was going to be, but still, you know, this is the same man who handled Puerto Rico and said that the mayor of Puerto Rico made up 3,000 people died.
Yeah, so he's gonna go down to North Carolina and throw around bounty paper towels. Like, hey, what is he gonna? Yo, his presidency is literally like a child, like a baby with a suit on, running a corporation.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it just is what it is.
Boss baby.
I want to say, didn't they make a
boss
movie
baby
about that?
That's pretty much it.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, but then, like, why are you attacking Puerto Rico where you still have people dealing with issues over there?
Because he's saying they're trying to tarnish his name, his good name.
His good name.
I didn't just try to. Just try to dunk.
Did he change his name?
I didn't just try to like throw bounties at everybody in the head and give some very low statistic numbers of deaths and everything was great before I leave.
Right.
So it was like.
So apparently, the Puerto Rican mayor killed like 2,400 people.
Right.
After he left. After he left, about that amount of people just dropped. Like, you serious?
Yeah.
How long he was there for? A night? Maybe.
Yeah. Well,
So,
listen, we hope everybody is handling. Does anybody in here know anybody from the Carolinas at all?
yeah,
Plenty people.
Like,
Are they all right, or are they doing?
Yeah, everybody good. They were laughing at the storm like it never came.
Yeah, it was.
Some people were
my
calling it the
cousin.
Lauryn Hill of storms. Like, they're like, yo, is this shit
leave
coming or
Lauryn
not?
Hill alone.
That's what they
Leave
were saying,
Lauryn Hill
Trinity Man.
alone.
I didn't say it. I know you love pros, but I didn't say it, okay? Just chill.
leave Lauryn Hill alone. All right.
Oh Lord. Trinity Man.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. I guess it wasn't as bad as it. 'Cause I remember people saying like, "Oh, it's gonna be the next Sandy when it hits New York." And I'm like, "Whoa."
This hurricane is gas more than La Marina. I mean, again, it's better be safe and sorry, but I mean, really.
Now there is flooding though. There is significant flooding.
Yeah, but that's off on the coast.
Yeah.
It didn't make its way
Which,
to
if you live on the coast, you should
that's
be
why
prepared
everybody
for
left.
it. Yeah.
Everybody didn't leave from out there. So
Well, look, we hope it. I think it's past. Is everything over now, or are we
I
still
think so.
is it?
All right. Let's get our local meteorologist.
Exactly.
Raheem Storm.
Oh,
Rachel saying,
your sister Rachel says 11 people died. You insensitive jerk.
Oh, well, so I didn't wish for them to die. I'm just asking if
Yikes.
everything was okay. And mind you, there's a president out there who's now gonna balloon to
That's right. Only 2.5, Rachel. Only 2.5.
get out of here. Leave us alone.
Ziggs, who I believe lives in Virginia, he says, I spent all this money for nothing. Thanks, Florence. Whoa. Ziggs
But
wanted a
it's
little
better safe-
excitement,
you know
apparently.
What I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, better safe than sorry, Ziggs.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you take care of yourself.
I
you
know one person who didn't even really plan out for this whole thing, and she was in a state of disarray because she don't know how she was going to survive out there, and she's in North Carolina. So
It's tough. No, listen. I mean, I didn't mean to or try to sound insensitive, but people hyped this storm up to be the.
Nah, it was definitely gassed.
Yeah, it was. They said it was going to be the end all be all, and it ended up just turning into a tropical storm.
You see that clip of that weatherman?
Oh yeah, they're making a big thing of it. People are walking behind him, and he looks like he's like in the middle of the storm.
My goodness.
So hey, I mean, what are you gonna do? All right, let's get
as I
to.
call it, fake news.
Oh, please, let's not do that. Let's get to number 4. All right, so this guy, this Dine and Dash person, I want to get his name right because I guess he's facing charges now. And now he has to face his victims. Now, can I get something straight? What exactly? His name is Paul Gonzalez. Oh, man. Never mind. Let's get to number 5.
No. No. Trump tried to tell you about Mr. Gonzalez. Go ahead.
Here in the story, it says a Dine and Dash dater is facing years in prison for allegedly forcing a string of first dates to pay for their expensive meals by sneaking out of an upscale restaurant after he had finished eating with them. That's a crime? That's really a crime? crime? Or really?
I don't know if it's a crime. I don't know why he's in jail over it per se.
Yeah.
Or facing time over it per se.
He's
Because I
facing.
feel like because the woman and them spent money on him or something, or they had to end up.
Well, they
paying
paid for the meal. God
they have to
forbid.
pay for the whole.
Oh, God forbid you have to pay for. Let me. Anyway.
Right, because most likely if he stayed, he would have had to have paid for the whole thing.
Well, who said that?
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's a societal thing. If he invited her out to eat,
Oh,
it's
well,
wrong. Like, here's the thing. It's definitely, if he invited them out to eat and he's climbing out the damn bathroom, then yeah, he's wrong.
well, here's the story. It says he's facing 10 counts of extortion, fraud, and petty theft. Come on now. Against at least 10 women over the past 2 years, the 45-year-old would reportedly chat to women online, offering to take them out. Yeah, you got to pay for it.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Offering to take them out to restaurants across the city before vanishing without a word. What is he, Batman?
I am the night.
After consuming large amounts of food and alcohol. Oh, okay. I mean,
Bust
Yeah,
the
nah,
buckets.
son. If he's over here juggling bottles here, you know what I mean? Like, nah, he's definitely a dirtbag.
this story's been out for a while, but I think he was finally
But now
caught.
he's
Yeah,
finally
yeah,
meeting
yeah,
his
yeah.
maker. Yes.
Yes.
He's probably got like a woman judge,
I'm pretty sure when
woman
he-
prosecutor.
I'm pretty sure when he walks in jail for the first time, he's going to get a standing ovation.
He might, bro. He might.
Bravo! Bravo!
you
DeAndre
in here
says, DeAndre says, what was the crime? Women do the same thing. I mean,
Women don't walk out on you though.
They just don't give you some.
I'm gonna speak for yourself, Trinity, man. What?
Well,
but yeah, man.
They just don't give you none.
Yeah, they just don't pay.
No, I mean, they don't give you sex.
Oh, well, that too. But yeah,
You're spending all your money and thinking, we're having these expectations of, I'm going to get some tonight. And they're like, all right, good night. Friend zoned. And then you're like, what the This is charges right now.
but yeah, nah, I don't get how this became like a
case.
Careful.
a criminal case.
I mean,
No, he's wrong.
Yeah, he is wrong.
Jury stand with a
Well,
woman.
then the women felt like they got deceived. And let's say, all right, I mean, did they have money? They could. They paid for it. So, maybe it was just a bad date.
Antoine.
So if a guy asks to go Dutch, is that criminal as well?
No, but again, if you're going Dutch, then you're both sitting contributing to the check.
True.
If you're building up the check, getting the lobster and the 3 bottles, etc., and you're dipping out through the the kitchen.
Filet
Right.
mignon.
Yeah, it's still a bad look.
I'll get 2 lobsters.
Yeah, nah, it's a bad look. Antoine says men can change their minds just like women.
That's right. Maybe he went with the intentions of really paying and it wasn't having a good time.
Well, then let someone know.
You know what I'm saying?
Or
Before we get the food.
Exactly.
appearing in court in Pasadena for his preliminary hearings, Mr. Gonzalez listed as women testified about their experience dating the alleged tab skipper.
Yo, can you imagine? It's like 12 women
I know.
sitting in the jury box.
So one woman, Martha Barba, said she was due to meet Mr. Gonzalez at a Chipotle outlet. Hold up, bitch. It's the Chipotle.
Wait.
Let me stop.
No. Wait a minute. There's a Chipotle outlet.
Yes. You get salmonella.
Wholesale salmonella. Yes.
Salmonella for it. Before he convinced her into a meal close by at a upscale eatery called Houston's. Isn't that the same place they protested in Atlanta?
That's like the steak place, no?
I guess I'm out. Yeah, right. The steakhouse.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go. He didn't look like his pictures. I wasn't attracted to him.
So what make her?
Then why'd you still go on a date? Ms. Barber said, who nevertheless agreed to go to be nice. Oh, so that's your problem. He kept saying, I got you. Order what you want. It's on me. Don't worry about it.
And she then ordered the most expensive thing, not knowing.
And on top of that, you didn't want to go in the first place.
He ordered steak, wine, salad, just whatever you could order. At one point, Mr. Gonzalez stood up to take a call and suggested she order dessert. While he stepped away to
I
talk,
can't.
he allegedly never came back, forcing Ms. Barber to pay a $120 bill.
Hilarious.
I felt embarrassed and I didn't want to say anything. I felt humiliated. A single mother. She said she had to use her rent money to cover the...
Bro.
$120. Anyway,
That's your rent money?
yo, let me
Hey,
stop.
where-
let me
where
stop.
you
Yo,
live?
yo. Stop.
Give me a deluxe apartment in a... I'm so sorry, Trudy, man. Go ahead.
No. I'm not gonna
I don't mean to
knock
laugh.
on that. I'm not gonna knock on that.
Another woman... Oh, this story gets better and
You
better.
have to dread, yo.
Another woman,
Vino.
Yolanda Laura, told the newspaper she accepted an invite from Mr. Gonzalez to a sushi restaurant. I remember he was talking really fast and eating really fast.
Hilarious.
And then said,
Because there's a getaway car waiting for him. Yes. Yeah.
oh, all right, hold on. So, I remember he was talking, eating really fast, and then said his youngest son was calling him. She claimed Mr. Gonzalez ordered 2 glasses of wine within 15 minutes of each other.
So he just like chuck it down and then
Yeah.
like, I gotta go.
Yo, this dude's a superhero. What's that? Gotham needs me. I'll be right back.
I didn't tell you this on my way out, but I am
Yo,
tonight.
what?
Puts the cape over his head and walks out
Yo,
the
a lot
door.
of you dudes on this thread, y'all are very insensitive to this. Yo, y'all are assholes.
I'm sorry. After getting up, she alleges he never returned.
Yo, hilarious. She came back and saw a spinning chair. Was it someone sitting here?
Your people are evil.
Yo.
He said, her statement was, "What kind of monster does this?
Yes.
I was so embarrassed. I'm not an insecure woman, but it made me feel very insecure."
Nah, son, but
Well,
how you
who
gonna
was
tell the
thinking
waiter
that
or
they'll do?
waitress? Yeah, so my date left, and I don't know how we're paying for this.
I'm just glad he got caught. I don't want any other women to have to go through this.
Yeah, but anyway, I just want to know what type of woman
Oh
was
my
the
God.
ones who being
According to
caught.
police, Mr. Gonzalez ordered expensive wine, steaks, lobsters, desserts during more than a dozen dates in which he ran away without paying. He apparently did little to cover his tracks.
Yeah, but he doesn't deserve jail time. Like, let him wash dishes at some of these restaurants or some shit. Like, what do he look like going to jail? All right, so yeah, I murdered such and such. I'm a robber. Oh, I scuffed out on women during dates. Like, what
Yeah,
does he
they
look
might
like?
actually
Like,
get up on, as you said, they might get up and start applauding the guy. They'll be like, "You did that?
I don't know.
Yo,
They
you the
might
man.
be like, come
you
on.
got
Yo,
the juice now."
Wait a minute. So, Mr. Gonzalez has pleaded not guilty, but if he's convicted, he could face up to 16 years in jail.
Really?
Wait
B?
for what?
16
that?
years.
Justified prosecutor says because he set up a third party to take the fall.
Yo,
Yo, come on.
we
16
have
years.
people getting killed for less.
I was about to say.
and you talking about 16
Zimmerman
years?
is juggling Skittles, the gun he used to kill Trayvon, and a Confederate flag.
Yeah.
But this guy got 16 years.
Yeah,
B?
he can get 16 years. Mr. Gonzalez has previously been accused of getting his hair dyed and cut at a hair salon before running away without paying. Still dressed in the salon robe.
Wow.
Yo,
So he's at the damn lemon tree. They catch
yo,
Oh man. So yeah.
yo, he's a beast. Man.
Oh,
Didn't they do a movie about something like
They
that?
have to do a movie.
DeAndre says he gets a free meal for 16 years, though. Yeah, he's into free meals.
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to number 5.
Number 5.
Wow, we're at number 5. Yeah, Jesus Christ. So Jeffrey Owens, right? So we talked about this story last week. So he has now gotten back on his feet. He was working at Trader Joe's. Well, he wasn't off his feet. He was working. That's fine. That's totally fine. He's saying the reason he fell on hard times was because the Cosby Show repeats have been canceled. There are no more Cosby shows on syndication, and thus he can't receive residuals.
If you go back to SMB episodes from
Yep, I got it.
from like 2015, 16-ish,
Absolutely.
the one joke we would always run, Bill Cosby, did you think of Elvin?
Yep.
Did you think of the rest of the cast? Okay, when you were doing this, putting the Cosby Show legacy. Now, who knew? Fast forward now, 3 years later.
Right.
Who knew that Elvin would actually be, needing, work because of this?
But I thought he got something through Tyler Perry and.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
now
Let me
he's
ask
got
the question. Let me ask the question. Did Nicki Minaj really give him that money?
So
I'm hearing
apparently she
different.
offered him the money, and she hasn't found a way. To be fair to her, she hasn't found a way to contact him, to reach him. But she did offer him
Yo, we
$25,000 or something
We
of
have
this nature.
Facebook.
Shit,
we
I
have
mean, I could do
Twitter.
But apparently she can't find him. So it is what it
I
is.
could-
Yo, but the man was, he was on the news, so.
I'm gonna give y'all a little inside information here without going too far into detail. So I met him, like, not last week, the week before.
I heard he's a dick.
Capital.
Really?
Capital. Like, he was so nasty, like, to the people helping him, that I was watching, like, the people helping him in the building, etc. He was so nasty to them, I ain't even say nothing to him. Because I'm looking at him like, oh, shit, it's Elvin. I'm ready for the photo op. Like I did with Grumpy Cat.
Right.
I'm ready for the photo. I'm ready to come all
comparing
around.
Elvin to Grumpy Cat.
Oh, Grumpy Cat has a way better personality.
That's what I was about to say. Grumpy has way
She's a
more
bigger
pop-
star than Elvin is, please.
Will ever be.
Exactly, Mr. Tyler Perry. Anyway, but he was a complete dick. So, like, I think now, the woman who exposed him, he's probably being an asshole at Trader Joe's
to her.
Yeah, and maybe not to say she was right for doing it, because she
Right.
wasn't right for putting this pitch up or whatever. But it's one thing if you meet someone in that situation and they're humble and kind,
Right,
then maybe you
right,
won't
right.
embarrass them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No, well, I know somebody who lives by the Trader Joe's and would actually go there and did see him before this whole thing occurred. And she reiterated, like, no, he was a dickhead. Like, he was a very rude. They would, like, people would go up to him and be like, oh, aren't you the guy from Cosby Show? And he would say something smart or, am I? Like, instead of just being cordial and being nice, he was apparently a dick.
So now, if he gets on a Tyler Perry set and he acts an ass on there,
I mean, and then people gonna be like, bring your ass back to Trader Joe's. I mean, you would imagine that something like this, and like everybody's come to his defense because obviously, yeah, you should work wherever you feel like it, and if you got to do what you got to do to pay the bills, that's perfectly
again,
fine.
I'd rather see him in the Trader Joe's than in the streets begging.
Right, exactly, like these vets. But
Yes.
But if he's a total asshole too,
and that might be the missing thing we might not be hearing.
yeah, and that
You know,
would be a
maybe
good
he's just
look
a
for
dick
him.
too.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be a good look for him though.
No,
'Cause-
I mean, there are plenty of people who are assholes who do better things with their lives.
course,
here. I mean,
of
it is
course,
what it
of
is.
course,
So,
of course.
however he got this far, he fell this far or whatever, so it may be unfortunate. But again, at the end of the day, he's a working man, an honest working man.
Yeah, and he has
And
to,
there's
every
no
right
need
to
to
make
knock
whatever
that.
money he needs to make. All right, 10:43. So let's get to our 10:30 segment. So I guess just to update on everybody because we spoke about this story last week. So the gentleman out. Where was this at again?
Dallas, I think.
Dallas. Thank you. I forgot about that. Both of them, Gene, who was murdered, and there's no way around this. This was no accident. This is not manslaughter. This was murder. I don't know how anybody's getting any of this confused, okay? And like I said last week, because now they're using the fact that they needed a warrant and they searched his apartment. Since when do you get murdered?
Weed. What madness?
Yes. Since when do you get murdered and then your apartment is searched?
Since when you get murdered and you then become the villain?
Yo, there's a Dave Chappelle joke said years ago about how cops used to break into black people's homes and then sprinkle crack on them and put an open and shut case. This is literally that joke. But we're not laughing at this point.
It's funny because I was watching Family Guy yesterday and
God bless
Peter
them. God bless
shoot
them. Yes,
Cleveland's son.
yes.
And
yes.
I was like, this is really what going on in today's society, that they flipped the whole story to make the victim look like the villain. And I was like, how we just... And, the media have a part to play with that.
I don't understand what's so confusing about this. I'm still a little bit confused on why are we... I think 11 witnesses have come forth and said she knocked on his door and asked to come in. Her story was that...
Somebody said she was banging on the door.
Yes. The allegation was that she mistook his apartment for hers and thought he was an intruder.
Well, that was the greatest things I ever hear. Because somebody actually spoke about it on Facebook when they said she was in her right of mind when she got off the clock, clocked out, got into her car, drove to his place. Then that's when the amnesia started.
The debate we had last week was she was off duty, and I asked the question, why was she still in uniform? Because from what I remember,
right,
if you're off duty, you don't go home in your uniform.
Well, they were saying certain departments allow you to change or don't change or whatever.
Right. Whatever the case was of all that, it still shouldn't matter. The fact that you clocked out correctly, you do everything that you were supposed to. You get in your car right. It's not to say you got in somebody else's car.
Right.
You got into your own car.
But you don't
drive your own car to
apartment.
somebody's place and then you just get lost.
Mm-hmm.
You just gain a whole life of amnesia from that moment when you pull up on that.
What's the first thing you do when you get to the door of your home?
You take out your key and you
Thank you.
But
you don't
get to
knock
the person
on your own door. Yes,
well, you're not knocking on your own door.
You start knocking on the door. Hi, can someone open the door for me, please? Unless you have somebody at home waiting on you.
Unless you forgot your keys and you live with someone.
Exactly.
A lot of this seems. I think what happened was, and to be 100% honest, I think they tried to cover her tracks immediately and try to say that excuse when in reality, They didn't think about the repercussions. At
Exactly,
the end
because they didn't put into perspective of what was done, who might have witnessed the situation,
right?
and all that stuff.
And in what way does him having weed in his apartment warrant him getting shot?
They do that shit all the time. With the whole
It's amazing to me.
with the whole Trayvon thing. But he was bad in the 3rd grade. Like, they just do this shit all the time, and it's ridiculous.
Yo,
so, like,
but-
unless you're a complete angel, it can be justified that you're killed. if you're a black man. Like, it's just ridiculous.
And this, as I say, the system have a different
But yeah, let's
law
go.
for the blacks. And
Let's
the
go
whites,
burn some
whatever.
Nikes though.
You mad?
Shit, they can have that.
That's unbelievable. I just don't understand. Like,
I just want to tell the people and them who want to burn the Nikes. I wear a 10.5. Before you get rid of it, let me get it, please.
let them give it to the vets, Trini, man.
Yo, give it to the vets. Let somebody. Yo,
And your
I will
ass don't wear
gladly
sneakers
accept-
nowhere. Like, what are you talking
Behave
about?
yourself. Behave
Big
yourself.
sandal wearing. You're like, you wear those sneakers anyway.
Yo, even sandals have Nike name on it too, so I'll take that too. If you have
Oh.
So cut it out.
well,
guys.
then ask for that.
But,
Okay?
but
Yo,
here's the
watch
thing,
yourself.
and I said this last week, and I reiterated it to Bino off air before we started. If there's any way this woman gets off and gets excused for this in any manner,
They're charging she with
if you,
manslaughter.
yeah, first of all, it wasn't
16 is what? 16 counts or something.
Here's the deal. If you thought Ferguson, if you thought any of this, the protesting was bad, it's gonna get a whole lot worse if she gets off.
Yeah, I mean, as it should.
It's
As
gonna
it
get-
should. Like,
it's gonna get
normally
super
I'm like,
awkward.
look, chill with the
Yeah, no,
riding
no,
or whatever.
no, yeah.
Like,
I
yo,
mean,
enough's enough of the
enough.
garbage, yo. And like, again, if the cops are covering this up, then you're no different than the mafia, and you're no different from the hood with the no snitching.
But
It's
we
the same
know
mob.
this.
But again, my whole thing is, if you're supposed to be above a level, if you're supposed to be against these aspects, then you should not have the same codes.
Yo, why you think
Period.
they're
If
joining
someone
every
is
day?
wrong, if you're a cop and someone in your seed is wrong, I mean, it is what it is. You take care of that the same way. Like, because no one can walk into your house and be like, yo, it was the wrong house and shoot you, correct?
No,
It
All right,
should
then.
not be.
Me personally, I don't have a whole thing where I say, all right, it's cool for you to go through that, but I would never go through that. Period.
Because you never know.
I mean, it just is what it is.
And
Anything you defend, you should be able to accept as well.
and the idea that I guess there was a picture circulating, I guess, insinuating that they knew each other or they had dated was wrong. So there was no. I don't think there was.
That's
any-
not a
So
true
they had
picture.
no kind of
No.
collaborations.
I don't think there was any. As far as we know, that picture that went around was not true, or that wasn't her.
Interesting.
So,
And you know the internet be wild.
yeah, sometimes they make. I mean, things. Who knows? But my thing is, a guy's lost his life minding his business at home. And then, what is the motive if you're knocking on his door and you're telling him to come out? Which tells me otherwise. I think there was. I don't know if there. I have no idea.
I don't know about y'all, but anyone knocks on your door and they're not invited, you'll literally hear me walking around. I will not open the door. You'll hear me walking. I may turn the TV up a lot. Come and knock on my door. I may turn the TV up louder. At the end of the day, if I didn't invite you, you don't come to my what I look like? Son, surprises are for 50 birthday parties, B. And I'm nowhere near there. I mean,
Water running.
yo, what? Like, it is what it is, yo. So,
The shower going.
son,
This guy's
what?
bathing.
Yo, I got no shame. So then what now? So now if a cop could just come to your door and knock on it or kick it down or whatever the hell,
That's
She didn't kick down. She didn't kick down.
she kick
though.
it down. But what I'm saying,
guys. She hasn't even been fired yet.
That is the crazy part.
She hasn't been fired.
Because they're trying to find justification for the madness she do.
How are you not fired already?
yo, but who listens to like, okay, they found weed in his apartment, like, oh, all right, good, then he deserved to die. Like, who has that line of thinking? And it's the
not
craziest
even
thing.
like, yo, you find weed in the man apartment. That was in his apartment. Or they didn't have no warrant, nothing to just roll up. And then she roll up by herself. It's not to say she roll up with her team or anything.
Correct, because if it were a warrant situation or if it was a team,
It would have been a team.
Yes, they would not have sent a woman alone.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just crazy.
Oh, is that my 9 o'clock prostitute? Oh, it's a cop. You know what I mean? You close your doors and you...
Guys, she still has her job. Listen, any of us in here, you know, I don't know where you work, Trini, man, but I'm pretty sure if you do something drastic where somebody injures themselves and you're the cause of it, there is a strong possibility the next day you don't have a job anymore. Okay?
The next day? That day was
the
ending?
day of, probably the day of.
The date was ending.
Any of our professions, if somebody loses their life on the account of ourselves, we lose our jobs.
Yo, and a
I
nice
don't know, Zig.
a nice jail visit as well.
Exactly.
Please.
I don't know,
Antoine,
Zig.
Antoine says Texas is a different place though. This ain't Ferguson. That riot business won't be tolerated. You do
Nah,
have a point. It is Texas, yo. But
I don't give a shit.
But at the end of the day, yo, stand up for yourself, Mil. Please do not let them get away with this out there. Yo.
I disagree because I think a lot of people will trek to Texas or trek to Dallas to make their points be heard because enough
No,
is enough.
what he's hinting at is the gun laws there.
No, I understand that. I get it. And guess what? I mean,
Yeah, but even if it's a gun
we saw.
law,
What did we see?
what part of it became a gun law?
What did
Where was the
what
law
did we
in?
see in Orlando with that black man who defended that pregnant woman with the gun?
Oh, good
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
It's
bad
great
man.
stuff.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure there are plenty of African Americans down south around Dallas, Texas, who have guns themselves.
That sheriff.
So you want to? I mean, it is what it is. And then they have that protest. Unfortunately, those 4 officers got shot there because some crazy guy or whatever.
Yeah.
So protesting has happened there. But like I said, if this woman gets off in any way, listen. If she just gets probation, is a problem.
Yeah, it's not on this level of Rodney King ridiculous though, but it's in that lane. Like it's a notch or two below. Like the man was sitting in his house.
Minding the
I could
business.
see if he was out in the streets being black.
Right.
But he was in his house. Like, I mean, really.
You blame me? He's outside.
He's outside being black. What do you expect me to do? All right, fine. We're black. All right, we get. But the dude is in his crib chilling.
This is this. I mean, since we've been doing this show, how many examples have we seen of this?
18,000.
Of this entitlement. Look at this video we're about to watch. So this, I guess, students are trying to visit their friend in I guess, in the building, and some white guy doesn't know who they are, and he decides to pull out a gun on them.
Really?
This is unbelievable.
Keep walking. Nobody gives a fuck about you. Keep walking. Nobody gives a fuck.
And shout out to this kid who's defending these black kids.
Go about your day. There's a bunch of guys.
We
Just
just
see you chilling and you want to run your mouth.
Look, limp dick. Don't fucking walk into a conversation now. It's not.
And where are you going? And where are you going?
Where am I going? I'm going upstairs to get laid. What are you doing?
Yeah, you
Limp
are.
dick.
He said lady.
So wait.
Lady, he don't piss me off now, man. I'm too drunk for all this.
Find another elevator. You get in this one.
I get on at this station.
This is my elevator.
Do you own the building? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know.
Let me be clear.
Be clear.
You ain't getting in this elevator.
Let me know why. Why we not?
Because you don't belong in the building. You got a key for this building?
I'm with him. We got the
What is it like? Remember when we went to school and we had those people who were just like overly territorial with shit that they didn't even fucking own? Like, you think people would grow out of that shit?
Yeah.
But I guess it's this entitlement type of bullshit.
I mean, what country? What state this is?
I'm not sure. I'll look it up.
You think I'm fucking kidding?
Don't touch him. Bro, don't touch him. No. Do not touch
promise
him.
I really
Do not-
dare
you don't
you.
want to- Go ahead.
I really
You don't
dare
want
you.
that problem. Go ahead.
Go ahead, what?
I really dare you.
And as you can see
Go
right
ahead.
there,
You don't want to touch him.
he has a gun on him.
He just was looking for a reason.
He has a, so what do you think you're gonna be a hero? And it's
Yo.
crazy because this is what happens, man. When you let people like George Zimmerman off, that just breeds and feeds
Everybody
certain.
figured that there's a hero now.
Yeah, like it feeds certain people. Like, oh man, see,
Because them thinking they would get off the same way,
right?
he got off.
And it just gives them this entitlement, like, yo, yeah, we can take
But
matters
I
into our own hand.
No. But you have to blame the system for that too, because it's the system who give them that
Well, that's what I'm saying.
that kind of energy to believe that they could do it. But
You ain't got a key for the building? You don't belong in the elevator.
Are you
Where's
a
my
police
key?
officer?
Right there.
but you see
is my
what
key.
kills me
There's my
is
Sir, you bring out your gun. What's your purpose of that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
We going
Excuse me.
about
He said-
We're going about our business. We're going about our business.
There's my room.
What is your
No,
problem?
I know you. I know
Put
you.
out your
Come on,
gun.
say anything.
So, wait.
gun.
Can you have
Can you
a
have
A gun? A nigga ain't gonna get shot. You know, white people be shooting black folk getting away with that shit. Wow, boy. You leave.
Yo, can we pause? I'm gonna ask this question. So you see in that situation right there, them was doing too much talking. I was taking a picture, back off, call the police. A man threatened me with a gun.
And then you get arrested.
Yo, if I get arrested, Dre,
Let me
yo,
see your
I needed to go
papers,
to jail.
man.
Yo, I needed to go to jail. I needed to go to jail because one of them could I get shoot.
One of them
Am I lying?
Could what?
One of them could have gotten shot.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
Now, listen, man.
We still on the air.
The problem is that like we have this system, like Trini Man said so eloquently, is feeding certain people like him, like the barbecue patties, whatever the shorty interrupted with all these lames who feel like they could take matters into their own hands, or they could call the authorities and say, I'm going to get you locked up or arrested, or you're going to be reprimanded for being who you are or doing what you're supposed to be doing, instead of minding your own fucking business. And then who knows if this escalates to a certain degree where we have another kid shot because somebody wanted to take matters.
It's another Zimmerman situation.
And, and it's called stand your ground, and he gets
who
off
is
again.
he? But who is he to sit here and try to, tell these people they don't belong to the building or anything of this nature? Like, that's not his job. I just don't get it.
I thought you were security for one point.
No,
but
he's
he
not
was going to
security.
try to get some.
And he
He was going
lied
to try to get
because-
some pum pum.
Yeah, but that was about to say he lied. In the beginning of the video, he's supposed to tear something up. If I'm supposed to tear something up, I don't give a shit who's in the building.
Exactly.
I'm running to whatever I got to tear up. Like, what is he talking
Right,
about?
exactly.
Yo, that
Yo,
was
what they say at house party, I don't know about that. I'm thinking about the play. You know what I mean? Like, what is he talking about? I'm
that
going
man-
upstairs to get some ass right now,
Yo,
limp dick.
he
That's
was-
what he said, right? You heard him, limp dick.
Yo, he was gonna upset and play by himself with a friggin'
Exactly.
some wine and some music and play by himself with some
Hold on.
lotion. That's what
Hold
we're
on,
doing.
I want to revisit that.
We just
See you chilling him. You want to run your mouth.
Look, limp dick. Don't fucking walk into a conversation now. It's not.
And where are you going? Where are you going?
Where am I going? I'm going upstairs to get laid. What do you?
Yeah, right, bro. He meant lay down.
By himself
Yo.
with some nice music on and some lotion and some friggin'
Hello.
bounty.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Is it me?
Oh, I go down and get laid. Laid watching a friggin' movie.
God, man.
What? Yeah, and that's a great point, Bino. If I'm going to a building to
I'm ready
be
to tear something down. Like, I'm not thinking about these dabbing ass teenagers. Like, get out of here. I'll walk right past them. They did all that bullshit. Let me go tear this up. Like, who cares? Like, why would they? Like, come on, bro. Please,
why are you
yo.
concerned about?
Please.
Yo, this is so
nothing to do with better than
crazy.
this up, huh?
You're so concerned about black teens trying
Stop
to get
it,
into a
yo.
building more than being intimate with a woman? Really?
Yo,
Bro, please.
You were just looking for a reason.
Pure lies, yo.
You were just looking for a reason.
Wow.
Preach. They say stop messing with Trini Mon on the thread.
Yeah, of course.
Pamela
it's me.
says
Of course
we
it's me, yeah.
Trini speak that way and stop messing around.
Right,
Thank you, Pamela.
On behalf of Preach, I apologize for this foolishness.
Yeah,
It won't
'cause-
happen again.
Yo,
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
it's
it's been doing the most of this stuff.
Yeah. Because
I'm
it's
doing
been
the what?
me basically badgering
You
Trini
see?
Man.
You see?
I just asked the question.
Yo.
Oh, okay. Right.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
So Jessica says, how much you want to bet he didn't even live there? Probably has his friend's key or whatever. Yeah, he clearly doesn't live in the building.
Yeah.
Like, clearly.
He was on his way to get. You talking about the police officer who was getting called the
Well,
N-word?
yeah, that's what I'm doing, sir. You can't. We have to set that up, sir.
Exactly.
Okay. We have to pull up the video first
Jesus.
before we can announce
My goodness.
it. Media, sir.
You've been doing Radio Hollywood, Trini Man. Get with it.
See, no,
They got your cousins in the threat defending you. I mean, really, please. Okay?
That is called
Yes.
post-production behind the scenes.
Exactly. Okay?
oh, that's what it is.
Well, you beat voice here today, so there's that. Okay?
Yeah.
Voice is like, what they don't know is I'm not coming at all.
It's amazing. There's a Wikipedia page for the word nigger.
Oh, well, we got to look that up
Yeah,
later.
we have to. You know,
Yes.
wait a minute. Fuck this.
Yo, what?
God.
Any
Hold on.
pictures?
Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. All right. So.
In the English language, yeah.
Yes, well, we were going to. The word nigger is a racial slur typically directed at black people. Oh, the word originated as a variation or various Mediterranean language words for black, including Spanish and Portuguese Negro.
That's fake news.
That's fake news. Accordingly, it began to disappear from popular culture.
What, yo, what?
What culture? You
Who
talking
edited this page?
And now it no longer exists.
Some white Confederate edited the page. This word has been absolved for years, and people should just leave it alone. Yes.
And its continued inclusion in classic works for literature
Zig-
has sparked controversy.
Zig says, do they have a Wikipedia page for the word coon?
Oh,
that definitely has Jason Whitlock on the picture up there. Stacey Dash.
So, guys, I also look at this. There's so many places. There's different places of usage.
United Kingdom, yeah.
United States.
Yes.
Voice is saying it was originally for the Irish.
Wait, there's plants and animals called nigger?
Yo, maybe there's racism amongst their kingdom.
Wait. Some colloquial or local names for plants and animals used to include the word nigger or niggerhead. What?
It was a black plant.
There's a nigger butterfly?
A black butterfly.
What?
Can't.
Yeah, we getting into all shit.
Yeah, we might get shut down after this. Surprisingly, in Florida, there's nigger geese.
Nice.
In Brazil.
And they're the endangered species, aren't they? They're the ones with high blood pressure.
Not on the market.
Yes.
In Brazil.
They'll be hunted the most.
Wow. In some parts of the U.S., Brazil nuts were known as nigger toes.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, voice. Less nigger explanations.
You know what I'm saying?
And more getting in a T-Mobile mobile and getting here.
There's a British usage. Yeah, I'm getting more and more pissed off by reading this. Wait, who is this? Pro-racial segregation music.
Ooh.
I'd love to hear that.
Yes.
And they had a song called "If That Ain't Country, I'll Kiss Your Ass and Nigger Fucker."
Wow.
All right, let's take a quick break.
Yeah.
Oh, what a transition. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we got more to talk about. Sunday morning breakfast. We'll be right back. right, Sunday morning breakfast. My mic sounds terrible. What the hell's on? Hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
I think it's just inside here.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if we hear you. Yeah, exactly. Maybe we hear you because we're in the same room. Whoops.
We'll find out. There we go.
We're
good. We're good now. Relax, everybody. We're back. We're
Yo, they don't let us live with the technical difficulties, bro.
You guys are supposed to put up on the screen.
They start writing their congressman immediately. That Beano and Preach.
You pieces of shit.
Ruin my Sunday. God.
Hurry up.
Yo, we good. We back.
All right, so we're all. Are you guys fans of Cat Williams?
I wouldn't call myself a fan, but he's good.
Yeah, I think he's. All right, here's a debate after this whole thing that is he better than Kevin Hart?
Of course.
Oh, wow. A lot of people would disagree.
In what way?
I would think so too. I think a lot of people.
Not for nothing. If for me, in my opinion, if Cat Williams didn't go off the deep end or with the drugs, whatever the hell his deal was,
right,
he'd be where where Kevin Hart is at.
Right. Well, I mean, every comedian has that moment where they're the hottest thing in town, and then naturally it cools down. Eddie's gone through it. Kevin's going through it right now. I
just think Kevin Hart's a safer comedian for the powers that be to put their money behind.
Well, that's just what. So here, Cat Williams made an appearance at the radio station V103, and he basically spoke about that, and Tiffany Haddish, and saying that she's basically gotten to a point in Hollywood because she's more, like you mentioned, safe, or she likes appeasing the white male superstars in the industry. Here is Kevin Hart.
Want to be. But because we black, they say, oh, you don't even deserve that. So you get Kevin Hart, Lil Rel, Gerard Carmichael, all in a row, Hannibal Buress, just dudes that no woman would talk to in Lenox Mall, let alone you making them movie stars. Why? Because you know ain't nobody gonna sleep with them. You only got Tiffany Haddish. She been doing comedy since she was 16. You can't tell me your favorite Tiffany Haddish joke. Why? Because she ain't done a tour yet. She ain't done a special. She has not proven the ability to tell jokes.
Mind you, let me stop it there. That is a good point. I don't know a classic Tiffany Haddish special.
Did she do a Netflix special?
Let me read it. Let me read a comment or three here. Okay. Ricardo says Cat Williams been fell off even before his issues. He ain't been funny in a minute. The Voice, who was commenting more on this thread than he would if he was singing his damn chair across him.
And anything else, right. Yes.
Kevin Hart's opening acts are funnier than Kevin Hart. The Voice is absolutely right because we've been to a couple Kevin Hart shows, and that is true. Zig says, in a sense, Kevin Hart's blessings is due to Cat Williams' fuck-ups. I agree. Antoine says Cat ain't lying. And DeAndre, I guess he has a joke of what's her name? Tiffany Haddish. She says the Will Smith joke. Does anyone else know what the hell DeAndre's talking about?
No.
I didn't either. All right, moving on.
That's the thing. It has to be a joke. You say Eddie Murphy.
Not just you, DeAndre. Everyone else needs to know.
Let me say this: Eddie Murphy ice cream joke. Everybody knows that, hands down. Okay.
Why you treat me like animal? Like anything. Like
right. Like Goonie Google. Like everybody knows what that is.
Now I'm gonna be fair with Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is overrated, but Laugh at My Pain and stuff like that. What was the other one? he had 2 specials that was funny.
Right.
Remember
Last
the,
two.
yeah, you know a Kevin Hart joke. Like he can't pull what he did with Tiffany.
I'm a grown little man.
Bingo. That's the other one. Remember when he was talking about his dad and you gonna learn today, all that shit. Kevin Hart does have some classic material.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Now, is he overrated as hell? Hell yeah. It is what it is.
Okay.
But go ahead.
No, okay. Let's continue on.
Back to back for an hour to nobody. And they already ready to down Monique and up somebody who has showed them Girls Trip. Did you think she wrote Girls Trip goofball?
I mean, listen, I think Girls Trip was a funny film.
I thought so too.
Listen, I never want to knock anybody's success because everybody, if you work at it and you put yourself in the right places and you can network with the right people, you can end up being successful.
DeAndre trying. He fighting for Tiffany.
But to Cat Williams'
he
point,
says the Groupon joke. Does anyone remember that?
No, you keep no one knows.
He keep on giving us stuff
I know, right?
Put it on stuff like
we find out DeAndre Hunter Haddish is kin to Tiffany. But yeah, I'm sorry, Priest. Go ahead.
But the thing is, it's like she was the comic relief in the movie, but it's gotten to the point where she ready and the whole
I could go the rest of my life without hearing that.
The whip and Nene. Okay, we get it.
I didn't think that was even all that.
Eric O'Neill says something that I agree with, and Sweet Mama agrees with her as well. She's the caricature of the black woman, loud, abrasive, and ignorant. I don't find her that funny.
Now we're getting to a deeper conversation. Essentially, just saying like she's stepping fetching it.
But again, it relates to what we're talking about because if that's the case, then that may be the reason why the powers that be are behind her.
Right, because she's willing to do that role.
Bingo.
Oh, so the Groupon joke.
Nobody
really
knows
the
the
joke.
Groupon
No.
No, Ricardo.
A lot of people are saying that they
Not
know
a lot.
it.
Ricardo.
Well,
It's
sorry.
Ricardo and DeAndre. Ricardo says.
Carol.
Ricardo goes, I got
Rachel.
you, DeAndre, LOL. I know the Will Groupon joke, LOL. I can tell by those LOLs, they're hilarious.
Okay, so
Carol got it. Rachel got it.
How many?
Jessica know about it.
But
too,
Musclehead, so Musclehead says why he got to have that crab in a bucket mentality, I guess referring to
Cat Williams.
Cat.
I mean, because like he mentions in this interview, he sees a lot of women who might be funnier than her and who work harder than her, and they don't play the bullshit and they don't get as successful or they don't get the same opportunities as she does. I don't think it's we always look at it as a black on black thing, whereas when in reality it could just be a camaraderie type of I'm trying to support my people who are actually putting in that work. And he's telling the formula like, you know, if you appease a certain faction in Hollywood, then you're more than likely to get more opportunities, especially when you mention the whole be the black loud woman with the hip-hop phrases and you're not ashamed to kind of embarrass yourself and, you know what I'm saying? Which in every character, to be fair, you know, I don't know if she necessarily has that role in the last OG.
Nah, she's straight in Last OG. She's straight in that.
Yeah, you know, but Girls Trip, she was the ratchet friend, remember?
Right.
You know,
in Last OG, she's actually the responsible one and all
Right,
that. Let me read this comment from Rich because this is interesting. I agree with him to a point. He says she's the Cardi B of comedy, not really talented, but riding that wave. I like that comparison. Here's why. Because I feel a lot of people like Tiffany's story, not necessarily her talent.
Right.
The same with
How
Cardi.
she came
Everyone
about.
likes how Cardi came up from being a stripper or whatever. But like if I asked you to give me 3 or 4 Cardi songs, you couldn't for the most part.
Right.
There's some people who are fans of Cardi and could give me a whole mess of shit. Right. But for the most part, people like Cardi because they like her come up, that kind of thing.
and they like the story and the.
But here's the thing. 20 years from now, I can't put her story on. I can't play her story. You understand what I'm saying? Like, where's the talent? What do you do that, you know, as an artist or
But,
whatever
you
that
know,
I'm going to care
you
about?
know more than anybody that these days, especially when it comes to monetizing talent, that the story is what gets pushed foremost than the actual talent.
But again, that's a problem because it dilutes the art form.
Right.
And that's where people like Cat Williams, I guess, are coming from. When you're part of something and you build it and you see other people come up in it and they don't put the same effort or have the same talent or deserve to be there, you're going to speak about it. It's not necessarily always crabs in a barrel.
Just look at the
Yeah,
rap
so, yeah.
music.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
again,
pretty much rap music.
Yeah, if you came up having to know how to rap, put bars together, how to ride a beat,
Yeah.
etc., blah blah blah, and you see these kids now just, you know, bullshitting with
And
it
they
or whatever.
claiming they better than some of the greatest.
Bingo, yeah. I mean,
So-
these kids that mumble rap will tell you they're better than Michael and Janet put together.
Hell yeah.
So with that being said, when you see that, you're gonna speak on it. It's not always a hate thing.
And there's always been that. There's always been the separation between the comedians and the artists who they say all the time, "I don't play that political Hollywood bullshit," and that's why I don't
Holds
get
them back. Yeah,
and that's why I don't get into certain opportunities where you have other comedians who are willing to, and I don't want to say coon themselves, but they're more willing.
They're willing to sell out a bit or whatever.
Like play that black, like you know, and like for instance, Kevin Hart in 40-Year-Old Virgin, which was a funny scene. He was trying to be the guy, let me get a bargain. Don't be my nigga, be my nigga situation.
Which was very interesting.
It was funny, but it was also like, that's the first role you're getting out of this whole in Hollywood or in this movie. But you got to give him credit. He's sold out the arenas.
If you get in where you fit in kind of deal, that's one thing.
Right.
If you still have to do that over and over again,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're pigeonholed now.
And he's also, like I said, he's also defending other black comedians, females, who are still on their grind, and they're not getting the same opportunity as a Tiffany Haddish. So
I see why people come to Wanda's show.
Yeah.
Because Frank.
Oh, well, this is when Wanda and Kat start getting into it.
Oh, he did her dirty.
Crazy ass.
Is he crazy?
And help me get to the salon. All right, it's the People Station Viewer 3. Your hair is kind of.
That joint was.
My hair is 19 inches long and I have no perm.
You don't.
Oops.
Oh, that's not a perm.
No, it is not. Nice lady.
That's natural.
Come run one of your gnarled fingers.
What,
While you on air,
Well, come
so
on.
they can hear you live.
Come on. Let me come over here.
No. That's not how that works.
Oh, okay. Well, then stay over there.
Don't worry, ain't nobody putting their hands through yours.
That's right. And make sure.
That wig and that headphones come together.
Old ass clothes. How about that? Yeah, they're old.
Versace, yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
She said,
Versace.
I want to apologize to the people at Versace Collection. This is your 2019 summer line that hasn't come out.
But you had to open it up and show us it was Versace. I wanted to.
No, I didn't have to open it up. These people are on radio. They can't see anything.
Yeah, but you opened it up so we could see it.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, happy
whatever stories for the Black Lane Bryant.
Very proud.
Okay,
Very proud.
Real quick.
I'm not the right one to Jones on.
Get this inmate out of here.
If you can't get your blood pressure down, you can't call me. If your cholesterol is 600.
Whatever, little mama.
I'm little mama's baby daddy.
No, you little mama.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey,
And what are you, girl? You probably shouldn't talk about sizes.
No, that's
You're
right.
big on the radio.
That's right. And you're big
Turn
in
it
prison.
down.
And you're
yes,
big in
ma'am.
prison.
I've never been to prison.
You have
19
several
felonies,
times.
no convictions.
Yeah.
Knock it off. Prison and jail aren't the same. No.
Okay,
No.
Calm
No.
down. Calm down.
Only one of us has $12 worth of jewelry on. No.
Oh,
shoot.
No.
That all is available. If you want to have Wanda's jewelry, please go to Citgo or Quick Trip at any point. If you buy 2 packs of Newport 100, they will give you everything Wanda has on right now for $7.99. And
Keep
it comes
chopping
with a free
up.
car
Oh,
wash.
boy.
Won't you come on down?
Free car wash.
Other things.
Oh,
He chop up.
Yeah.
He chop up.
We've learned a lot from Cat Williams today.
Yo.
And you know what? Like we forget that yes, he's done certain things like get beat up by how old was that kid?
The kid was 15. But why didn't she go there? That was my thing.
Right.
Like the one advantage you have, like mind you, Cat's funnier, no doubt
Right,
about it. But the
right.
one advantage you have is you know about him. He's more famous.
Yeah.
So you can bring up some of his flaws. Don't bring up the fact that he went to jail. He turned that shit right back around on you.
yeah,
bring the fact that he got his ass kicked by a 15-year-old 2 years ago and embarrassed himself.
Right.
No, that's listen. This is one of the reasons why Cat Williams is a funny comedian.
Oh, bro.
He can snap with the best of them.
He did it dirty.
Yo, he chop up and shoot.
But getting back to this Tiffany Haddish thing, Carol Ross has a great comment. She says, I'm not downing anyone, and I'm happy for her and Cardi, but I just don't care for their jokes and music. I mean, it is what it is. A lot of people feel that way.
Yeah.
But when you get past the whole I like their story crap and I'm happy for them, let's talk about the actual art.
Right.
And it's okay to talk about the art. If you perform,
That's
people
what
are
it
going to
should be
have an
based
opinion on it.
That's what it should be based on.
That's what it is.
Yeah, you can't. Here's the thing, but you know they package you as like a product. It's not just whether you're talented anymore. It's more like, all right, well, you're talented, but do you have a sad story we could also push? Now, granted, I hope everything in her story. I'm not disputing anything. Who am I to dispute anything? But her story.
There's some alleged lies there, but go ahead.
I don't. I've never heard that. I don't know, but.
Let's see. I ain't nothing about that.
I remember her being on the Breakfast Club, and she told the story of her life, and it was really, really deep.
No, if you listen to the Cat Williams interview, he brings up some of the shit that she allegedly.
Oh, right. When she was abused, and I think she wrote a book.
Yeah.
And come to find out, she had revealed that it wasn't as bad, or she wasn't really abused or anything like that. But, Liz, you're a product, so you need to have the story with the talent.
Yo, Voice, where are you? Where are you? Your fingers are moving a lot. Anyway, back to the show.
Thank you, Trini, man. Look at you, man. Oh, man. But yeah,
Don't hate me, bro.
All right, and then there was Omarosa, who I guess she was making a visit at a radio station, and she decided to walk it off because basically, here's the thing, and this is something we've always reiterated numerous times when it comes to Omarosa, okay? Remember, she was the champion of Donald Trump for many and many of years, okay? Especially during the campaign, okay? God bless this person. I don't know let me look up the name of the show. She was on the Clay Kane show, and I guess he was calling her out on it. And basically saying, listen, you were cooning for Donald Trump, and now you're trying to go around and defend yourself and say, oh, he's a terrible person. I've heard him use the N-word on tape. And yet you still defended him. You still campaigned for him.
Okay, fine. Okay, whatever you say, I'm a roaster. But you were in that White House. You were in that White House. Now I'm screaming. Now I'm screaming. You were in that White House with a racist president. That's gutter. You were in the White House with a racist president. That is gutter. It's not a matter of what I wanted. I was asking you fair questions. I had a list of fair questions. I had a list of your team's trying to get you to leave. I still have 7 minutes left in the show. I still have. People already see you, Omarosa. Folks already see you. And now I'm in the category with Ed Gordon. I'm in the category with Simone Sanders. All the black folks in media you've attacked. All the black folks in media you attacked. So you know what? Yes, there are several. So you know what? Good day. Have a great day. Good luck with Unhinged. Good luck with your bestseller. I look forward to the next book or the next reality show. Sell out as many black folks as you can.
Get a V.
Sell them out. Sell them out. Sell them out. Sell them out, Omarosa. Sell them out, Omarosa. You have a whole audience watching. You have a whole audience watching. I still have 5 minutes left of my show. I still have. That's not my management. That's my management. That's my management. Okay. I have 5 minutes left. She's still talking. She wants to go as far as she can go. This is what you call unhinged. This is what you call unhinged. All right. All right. You don't have permission to post the clip. You don't. Okay. Well, you don't have my permission. Detective Omarosa strikes again.
Detective.
Get it because she wears wires.
And here's the thing. I mean, this idea that you're making this whole press run to sell books, and I guess get back. She's basically O.J. Simpson with the kente cloth.
Bingo.
And the
Negro church.
Yeah, I'm saying this is basically that. And God bless black people because we can see it.
Not all of us. There are a lot of people who support her. And
ooh, I know.
There are a lot of people who support her, especially when Trump called her a dog. It was like how could he? Yeah, no.
I'm not defending.
I've called her worse and would to her face. Please, everything that man said just now was right. Yo, she sold out her own people. And again, she used the term. She said last year when Trump was running, she said, yo, you guys will bow to Trump. How do you say that about a man who you've heard use the N-word, etc.? And how you tell other black people that they will bow to this man?
Yeah, you're right.
And then you got fired.
And got so she portrays herself as some classy broad, right? But got thrown out of the White House on some Uncle Phil Jazzy Jeff shit, right? Yeah, they said they literally dragged this bitch out the White House. Sorry, Queen Latifah. So at the end of the day, how do you portray yourself? Even in this argument, she's trying to be see, look at you, you're yelling. No, defend your fucking point. Defend what he's calling you. Say everything he's telling you is a fact. Right. But if it's not, tell me otherwise.
Right.
But instead, you're playing this game. Look at you. You're angry, Trini Man. Look at you. Go back to Trini. You're doing stupid shit instead of just defending your point. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Nah, she's a clown for that.
She's definitely one of those people that she goes where the checks are. So right now, she leveraged that Donald Trump stuff into the White House and have that notoriety and say, I can put that on a resume and then turn around and use that against him and now can flip that into a book. I'm pretty sure she got a nice advance for that book. Hey, what can you tell us about the Trump presidency as a black woman? You know what I'm saying?
She's a rat. She's going to hop on any team that pays it. She is a rat. Right. Erica O'Neill has a great comment. Shout out to Joe Clark. He got her together expeditiously. Yes. Right. Joe somewhere listening, yelling in his bullhorn. You tell him, Erica.
The crazy thing is she was engaged to that actor who passed away.
The big dude from Green Mile.
Yeah, and
Michael Clark Duncan.
Yes. Michael Clark Duncan, right. And then isn't his family saying she's a manipulative?
Yeah. Even that was crazy.
You know?
Even his family's against
her. I haven't seen it, thank God, but I think we can see past that bullshit.
Yo, again, she's an absolute lowlife, B, and she's sitting across from me. I tell her to her face, B. Like, it is what it is, yo. Like, so, yo, you get no respect for none of this.
Not at all.
Kara Ross says she knew all along what he was all about. Of course she did.
So you mean
but he gave her a plate to eat off of, and she was loyal to that. She's no different than Stacey Dash or any of these other people.
So you mean to tell me that, wow, what happened to Stacey Dash? But mind you, so you mean to tell me that you heard the tapes in which he said he's using the N-word.
And you thought he was talking about those other Negroes, so it was good.
Right.
Oh, he's talking about being on them. It's all good. Like, what you mean?
Yo, before we get out of here, we need to solidify the Coon Train. Like the forever SMB Coon Train before our last show. Because OJ's definitely on. There's I think there's a mount.
He got the damn Vanguard. Yo, what? Fuck the Coon Train. It is the OJ Simpson Award. Yes.
You got him with a truck?
Yo, I love white people. So, a quick story. We're in the Mob Museum, right? In Vegas.
Right.
And this white couple, they're there. They're from West Virginia. Okay. And they're taking a picture. They're trying to take a selfie.
Call you N-word or no?
Nah, so they're taking a picture, and I walked past it by accident. I was like, oh, my fault. Almost photobomb their picture. I was like, I'll tell you what, I'll take the picture for y'all, and apologies to that. So I took their picture, and we're talking. We get to small talking. And there are two things white people always do to me when they want to try to let me know that they're hip.
Hey, bro.
No, they pull the Obama card. I voted for Obama too.
Wow.
Or they do this. So we're talking about murders because again, it's at the Mob Museum, so we didn't see exhibits of all kinds of bloody murder, this, that, and the third.
Right.
And the woman goes to me, you know what? I think that OJ hit was a professional hit. I don't think he did it. I swear to you. And I'm dying laughing.
And you would have been like, no, bitch, I think he did it.
Yeah, I know, right? But she and her husband are both looking at me like, huh? Am I right? Am I right? The funniest thing.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you don't need to get in my good graces.
I know, right?
Don't
go that
Can
far.
we now be your friends?
Yes.
Yeah,
just celebrate Martin Luther King Day or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, please.
All right, before we take a break, can we get to that story, though? So, that viral story that was going around, do you have that story ready, Bino? With the guy who found out he was not the kids.
Well, damn, bro, you're going to have to wait a while. You could have told me this during the break.
I thought we were doing 11 o'clock.
You're going to have to remind me, bro. You can't just sneak up on me. Yeah, I got it. I got it.
So, read the...
Right. So, yes. The guy's name is Jameer Griffin.
Okay.
He says, September 7th of this year, I received DNA results saying Giovanna isn't my daughter. My life has changed drastically. Feeling like I've had my spine ripped through my flesh doesn't give my pain justice in words. This is my life. Giving myself and the world closure on a chapter God deemed to be unfit for where he's taking me. Giovanna, I pray you grow up to be a beautiful, educated black woman with no limitations. I pray your mom elevates to new heights financially, physically, and spiritually. Thank you, Giovanna, for an amazing 1 year and 5 months. Now, let me read the person who posted this. So the person who posted this in response to the story goes, okay, so this dude is trash. Look, wow. I get it. I'm not saying that paternity changes nothing, but also, it kind of changes nothing. To be clear, the mother ain't shit if she knowingly lied about the baby's paternity, and she deserves to be dragged for that. But ultimately, what's done is done. He already started bonding with that particular child. Whatever his likely 100% valid feelings toward the mother are, I think the child is the most important part of the scenario. It just boggles my mind how one could bond with a baby for well over a year, then just casually and fully dip like it's nothing.
So the dilemma is essentially that a guy was raising a kid, believing it was his, finding out that the kid isn't his, and now he is not taking care of that kid anymore. Where is he foster care?
Let me I know, right? Let me finish reading this comment, yo, because this is just what it is. This heavily speaks to how men are generally socialized to view their offspring as property and a continuation of their legacy rather than actual human beings.
Right.
And him doing this whole declaration via Facebook post just makes this that much more gross.
Well, he might be right there, but this whole idea that, okay, I built this bond, where's the accountability?
You know what? I'm not even mad at him putting it on Facebook. God forbid people run up on him. How's your daughter? About that.
You got to retell that story.
I know, right? Like, who's trying to go through that over and over again?
That's fair enough, but here's the thing. And I understand if you're building a bond with a child, but guess what? I mean, I can still be in that kid's life from the distance, but the mother's priority now is to find her real dad.
Bingo.
And build that relationship. Don't get mad at me. Because, mind you, she was moaning somebody else. And, mind you, when I thought it was my kid, I was taking care of my responsibilities. Now it's time for you.
It's not. You cannot hold him accountable for what's not his responsibility.
He's not foster care.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? You're like any kid that comes his way, he's not taking as his own.
And then even being around the child is a constant reminder
yes,
of what took place, of the betrayal that took place to you.
Yeah.
Daddy, can I get the... I ain't even your daddy.
But you have to admit, some fellas would basically take up the mantle.
And that's their choice.
That's their choice, right.
But again, it's a choice. Speaking of choice, I choose to keep that door closed. Fuck that. You should have been here half hour ago. Get out.
I'm sorry. That's like... he has every right to say, listen, I'm going to go handle whatever I got to handle.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jenny. Open the door for this lemon. Because it's...
Wait.
Unbelievable. But I don't see anything wrong with you saying, all right, well, I don't have to take care of this kid anymore.
And again, the kid is a year and change. So if he was with the kid 10 plus years or something like that, where the bond would have been longer, etc., then I can see it being harder for him to leave. He might as well leave now when attachment isn't as deep.
Bino, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Does he have every right to take that girl to court?
Bingo.
And ask for that money back?
Of course he does.
If he so chooses.
Of course he does. Shit, in some states, he may be fucked anyway because they're going to be like, yo, you signed a birth certificate. You're the father.
True.
Well, I mean, I think the DNA will over-supersede. I understand what you're saying.
Some states, though,
don't give a shit about
if
that.
if the real father isn't found or whatever, they're going to want someone to be... I don't know if the real father has been found. I don't know nothing about it.
No, but I'm saying, like, so if, in some states, if the real father isn't found, would it have to be...
It's because he signed it, yeah, yes. I've seen court cases about it. It's absolutely ridiculous.
No, I'm good.
Really?
But, I mean, it is what it is. Absolutely ridiculous. So you're just not going to put a mic on? You're just not going to talk? You just...
Oh, have no camera on you?
No, fine. He don't need
Oh,
no camera.
his camera's not on, and then his mic isn't on either.
But anyway, I don't have any problem with that whatsoever. I mean, if God forbid Kareem comes to me and says, "Hey, these kids aren't yours,"
Woo!
I mean, we'd have to come back and do a show about it.
Yeah, I want nothing to do with that show, dog.
They're like, yo, I am not here for it.
Yeah.
I'm not here for it.
But then, listen, it's been 6 years I've been building, you know what I mean? I've had a son. And now I'm automatically, I don't think he's going to be as cold-blooded as saying, hey, don't you dare call me daddy. Get away from me. But there has to be there has to be a process of this.
This is crazy. Like, the same way if a dude has a child outside of a relationship or whatever, like you cannot force the woman in a relationship to have the same maternal instincts and feelings towards that child.
Right.
Or even to still deal with you.
Right.
This is no different. Like, because he's a man doesn't mean he doesn't have feelings and emotions, etc. He does. If he was just emotionless, toxic masculinity, blah, blah, blah. So because he has emotion about it, what? He should love that kid the same and be a happy family. Get the whole fuck out of here with that. Like, that's crazy.
I would ask also, like, why did you feel like, or why did they take a paternity test anyway? Because obviously you had to feel as if there was something going on, or she revealed something to you where you felt like, we got to get a DNA test. Bro. Or maybe this kid didn't look nothing like him.
Them shits happen.
Maybe, or our friend might have come and said, I think you want to go take a little blood test there, this kid, because
Yo,
Yo, can I ask y'all a question? Let me ask y'all a question. Let's say now Mason's light skinned as hell, all right? So is Jackson. What?
With different hair.
Well,
So this is the first contribution, and this is what you.
I mean, Jesus Christ! Like, this is what we're doing.
Welcome back,
this
boys.
is a real question. I want to specifically Bino and voice.
Oh God! All right, specifically Trinity Man and voice. Go ahead.
Yeah, Trinity Man and voice, right? Well, Trinity, I don't know if Trinity Man would do it.
Involved in that?
I need a mic so I can dance.
Isn't there a mic on? There's a mic on the damn table.
There's a mic, but no
but it's
voice.
not on.
For the past 5 minutes, it's not on.
All right, we're gonna have to wait, man. Shit.
That's the question.
So let's say my son came out, blonde hair, blue eyes, but I'm still like, these are my kid. This is my kid. Would you come to me and say, listen, P, I think you need to get a DNA test?
Yo, as black as you is?
Yo, come on.
Yo.
Trinity.
Mr. Man. Yo, I'm not even going through that with you. If you don't recognize that yourself, something really wrong with you. And the mother don't look nothing close to that. Yo, my boy.
So you would, now be honest.
My boy.
Trinity Man, be honest. You would put me, or would y'all do it as a group? Like I would do
It
it
had
like
no group
You
thing
know
here.
what? It'd be an
It had
intervention.
no group thing here.
You
Yo.
walk in, hey guys, what's going on?
This is
Preach, have a seat. And I start reading the letter. You're black as shit, and the kid looks nothing like you. Voice, your turn. I would find the real father, and then I would tell him about our deals with T-Mobile. Trinity Man, your turn. I know, right? Yo, I've been in that situation. Wow. So I got a friend who has a kid, and
oh man,
yeah, and this girl's a wild one, and me and her don't get along anyway. So when I remember his mother pulled me to the side. B, you got to talk to him, blah blah blah. I don't believe yada yada, and none of us believed it anyway. But you know it come from old mama. You know you got to put, you know what I mean? So I spoke to him about it, and he's just on some, yo, even if that's the case, I'm going to still love her the same, so I'm not going to take it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's on you. And then I was at a wedding.
Did he slowly turn into a lollipop?
Oh, my God, yo. I just looked at him, yo. Like, what can you do at this point? Like,
yo,
like I'm not stealing his blood, you know what I mean? Like, here you go, doctor. You know what I mean? So, I mean, what can you do? And then there was another thing where a family member of mine was getting married. And so her brother had to take blood tests for something. He was in like one of the armed forces or whatever. He had to take blood tests for whatever reason. And then he found out then that his father wasn't his father. Yo, ruined the whole wedding, B. Ooh. When I say, yo, that wedding was damn General Hospital, I ain't know what to do. Like, yo.
Got his popcorn?
Yo, he was supposed to be in the wedding. I had to step in his place. This shit was crazy. Lord, I hope none of my cousins are watching this shit now. But anyway, I had to step in everything. But yo, again, these things happen whether you take care of it then or later. Right. Because suppose as a father, you need some sort of blood help or organ help or whatever. Right. And you think, oh, my kids will help me, blah, blah, blah. And they don't got nothing to do with you, for real. Biology, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who is that abroad? That's a good point. Nah, listen, I would hope you guys would be honest with me and tell me.
Yo, DeAndre put the lollipop emojis up.
You dingy. Like, I would still love her the same. And you dummy. I'm sorry. But
yo, but you can't vex with the man. If the man say, yo, after so long I've been with the child, and because, again, people do build bonds.
Because every time, Bino said it correctly, every time you see that kid now, you're going to automatically think about the other person. And
yeah, but, you know, I feel like
you gotta be.
I'm not going to hate on everybody or the woman, but I feel like the woman would have to make sure that she do not make this man get angry in any kind of form or fashion.
Yeah, but I mean, there's only so much Mr. Clean and cooking you can. What can she? She's a human being. Like,
wait a minute. There's no
way. That's impossible.
Yo, do you understand? Like, that man will win every fight, hands down. Any argument, any fight. Babe, why didn't you put the dishes in the sink?
Because the baby's not mine.
Because I wasn't having kids by other men. That's why.
That fight not supposed to go any further. He just supposed to give what he look like.
Why you ain't put gas in the car?
You already know.
Maybe the baby ain't mine, bitch.
Because who you think driving the baby? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that guy is bulletproof. He has the most calmest life ever. Because there's nothing you can ever say to him.
Why aren't you home yet? What? Because I'm trying to get milk for the baby.
That isn't mine.
That's not mine,
Yes.
bitch. You can literally call her a bitch, and you can replace her name with bitch, and you'll be perfectly fine. Perfectly fine, and it's warranted. All right, well, let's take a quick break. Hopefully, get this guy a mic for the last 15 minutes.
Yes. As Antoine said, yo, you came just to give shout outs. And his shout out's still going to be longer than the rest of the show.
T-Mobile.
Hicksville Freeport.
You know,
everyone that was in a hurricane, everyone who mentioned the word hurricane.
The gyms that I go to all 5. Shout them all out.
Voice welcome, yo. We're glad to have you.
Yes. All right, Sunday morning breakfast. We'll be right back. All right, Sunday morning breakfast. I think we got voice. You got your mic working now?
Me. Yep, I'm in.
Does he have a camera?
No, I don't need one. Everybody knows what I look like.
Look and smell like.
Trinity Man's been on a roll since this morning. I've been listening to you since this morning. I've been listening to you chatting since all this morning.
Trinity Man made it funny. You stupid.
All right, so what? We got about 15 minutes left. A couple of quick things. R. Kelly accused of impregnating a 14-year-old cousin. Does everybody believe that?
Yes.
All right, moving right along.
Wow. We just voted? I didn't get a vote.
I think it's unanimous.
Trinity Man, what do you think?
Yeah, what do you think, Trinity Man?
Yeah, man.
No, let's keep on moving.
Yeah, man.
Exactly, right. And then the end of power. Wow.
Since I mean, there's no spoiler alert anymore.
No,
I would hope
been a
the hell
week.
not. If your ass like Power and you haven't seen this yet, I don't know what to tell you.
Did the Crystal watch it?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Man,
She's in
it's,
Barbados.
all I'm gonna say is season 6 will be Ghost versus Tommy.
Yeah.
That's the last season, I believe, right?
No, there's 2 more seasons.
2 more
Supposed to be
seasons.
7 seasons.
Who the hell's gonna be left? Everybody dying? What are they gonna have? Just Tommy and Ghost in the last season?
His son,
Yes.
Tariq
Maybe
is
they
gonna be
introduce a
the
new
new
character called the
Ghost.
Voice.
Teach me the game, Ghost.
Voice, what's the
Teach me the fucking game,
Voice?
Ghost.
You should join the game.
I might as well.
Yo, you'll be
You know,
late for
actors left.
everything. The cops will be trying to put the sting operation.
Yeah, they'll be like, yo,
You'll be
we
late.
don't know who he is.
By
But
the
this
time you
smell,
get there, the Angela and the rest of them will be arresting everybody.
we don't know who the guy is.
You know what?
But
The
he
youngest
leaves a
sister's
very-
probably gonna get a role now.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, yo, we don't know who this voice person is, but
DeAndre
the
just
scent
said
that is left behind.
DeAndre just said, I just found out what Empire was.
Oh, Jesus
wow.
Christ.
Wow. Jessica says, on that note, I'm signing out. Haven't seen it yet. Jessica, grow up.
Yeah, she hasn't seen the Power yet.
What is her TV in black and white? Like,
I don't
what
think she
is
has the
this?
Stars
Like,
app.
Get with it.
Yeah, the Stars you got to pay for. You know, that's cheap people.
Ridiculous.
Listen, man, it's definitely going to be a racial divide, pretty much.
You know, Ghost kind of grimy. I might be with the white boys on this one. I'm not going to lie to you.
Listen, man, he's a selfish dude, yo.
Yo, Gross damn sure lied and said he didn't kill Detective
Yeah, that was crazy.
Silver.
Yeah, well, he needs.
Next thing we know, we see that flashback and him putting him in an ill figure 4.
Think about it though. You see Yo Wiz having sex with that gay man.
To be fair, it's your Wiz that you cheated on left and right.
Yeah, but to visually see that, and you're
but
like, oh.
this was the same Wiz in the back seat showing the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're both grimy here.
Yeah, they're
that's all
both
I'm saying.
grimy. Yeah. And now Tariq is too.
Ricardo has a great question. Empire's still on? Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, no one cares.
Jeez.
As a matter of fact, I don't even know what I think. I mean, that's Fox.
Who's this? It's still. I don't even.
Yo, remember like the first 2 seasons of it used to dominate the net?
Yep. And then what happened?
And then like there's like one person on my thread that comments, and like when she comments, she's literally talking. You can hear the echoing when she's like, "Hey, did everyone see this?" Crickets.
Definitely no two-way
Yeah, I
conversation
feel
on that
so
one.
bad for her, yo.
Yeah.
There was a
Definitely
crickets
no two-way.
emoji. I
Yeah.
swear I'd put it right under that thread. But yeah.
Pretty much, man. Yeah, so that's the end of Power. We'll wait another 2 years for
So,
the next season.
without, I guess, spoiling it, do you think the ending actually happened, or do you think that?
We can spoil it. It's been a week.
Okay, so
after
say what
that.
happened then.
Angela got shot.
Yeah.
People didn't
You think
see
she
it
dead?
though.
No, the producer came out and said she's not dead.
Why would the producer do that? You to
I
keep
have
the
no
suspense.
idea.
It was the dumbest movie ever made.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yo, 50 Cent died, so it's over.
I swear to God, it can't even come back, but I think I'm being on this one.
Listen, I think you're still gonna watch. Because first off, I mean, I know the producer might have said it, but people are still watching just to make sure. Because she might have just said that. Because remember in Insecure, they said Lawrence wasn't coming back.
And he came back.
And he came back.
Mm-hmm. So what, they're going to say that Angela's not dead? Exactly. He's going to say Angela's not dead and they find out she's really dead.
Lonely.
So nobody watches Insecure, huh?
Yo, I fell off after the first season.
Yeah,
I still got to watch the second
episode.
season.
Yeah, so it's a good show.
I didn't.
This season is it was okay. It's not that. I'm not too crazy about it.
You know what happened? We discussed the first season and it pissed me off so badly. Like it took all the energy out of me to watch it.
Yeah.
Do you remember that show? We had the debate about it.
The Insecure?
Yes.
Sounds like crickets over there.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah,
Apparently
that
I'm
was
only
in the other
down.
studio. In the other studio.
Oh, I don't know what happened in the other studio. That was our slavery
He wants to
days.
totally black out everything that happened over there. Yeah.
Oh, apparently.
Yeah, I try to. It's fine.
Excuse the hell out of you. Mr. Memories, yes.
Memories. It was tough, but listen, man, I think Insecure is a great show. But I think the thing with these great shows, but they only having like 10 episodes. Like, what the fuck are you doing for the rest of the year?
Chilling.
Making.
They make that check.
Making something else. Oh.
You know, Family Guy's on for how many episodes? 20-something episodes. Can you give us at least 15?
To be fair, it's a damn cartoon.
It is.
All right, Modern Family.
All right.
Blackish.
Modern Family was good.
Blackish is damn good. I don't watch it enough, but it's pretty
I don't
good.
watch it, well, for the episode that I watched,
I think
it's pretty good.
I forget the gentleman's name. The executive producer is no longer part of the show, though. Because of the issues with the with ABC and the Kaepernick situation.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing. Shout out to Nike. So, there were a lot of people on the right saying, "Oh, their stocks is falling apart."
Nope.
Well, Nike stocks are the highest it's ever been.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good job, dicks.
Promotion.
Because we're in touch with Americans
Exactly.
and we really know what they're upset about.
Shout out to Hulk Hogan, by the way, for the next. I found out some rumors that he's going to be buying some Nikes after this. Too.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah, so he had the Jordans, and now he's thinking about getting Nikes.
The whole fact that you said the N-word by buying Nikes.
Look, niggas, I wear Nike too.
Yo, you saw the post I said.
Oh, that was.
So instead of meeting with the black congregation, usually because when people say the N-word or they make a racial joke,
they go sit with Sharpton and Jesse and shit. Yeah.
So instead of doing that now, they're just going to buy Nikes.
He's going to support Kaepernick. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Hell yeah.
Even
the NFL is supporting it.
brother. Yeah.
Even the NFL is supporting it.
No, they have no choice. That's why.
Y'all watching football?
Yeah.
I mean,
shit, I ain't gonna hold you. I watched it last week. You know, I was in Vegas, so it was like 6 in the morning. I was watching that movie. It was ridiculous.
Isn't that good though? I like morning football. You wake up and it's on.
Shout outs to Preach, by the way, too. We're trying to watch the last Power episode. He's raising his hand. I'm thinking there's something going on in the show that I didn't realize. Lo and behold, it was touchdowns later.
So he's got an interception.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. He was basically watching it on his app.
Unbelievable.
Yes. But he was free streaming, right?
Yeah. Oh, no. Listen.
You actually use Fox app?
Yo, so I guess cat's out the back, too. With the Fire Stick, there was an app called Terrarium.
Yes. I have that
God
too.
bless its soul.
Yep.
They shut it down.
God bless its soul.
What?
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Terrarium. Terrarium was this. You could watch anything on Terrarium.
Yep.
Then homie, whoever developed it, was like, "Listen, guys,
I
gotta go."
Yeah.
He pulled a Snowden.
Yo, he's out.
I gotta bounce.
He's overseas.
Yeah. It's a wrap. Good day.
Yes,
Goodbye.
I actually saw it yesterday when I actually tried to go on to watch a movie.
Yep. And it was like, "Yo, fam, I gotta go."
Yeah.
So either the feds were like, "We up your ass," or one of those big corporations like Universal cut them a check, like, "Listen, cut it out."
That sucks.
Yeah.
Or
But I was hearing I was reading that it might be back.
Trinity Man, we can't do anymore. We can't talk about because now it's. Let's just say rest in peace. Whatever new ones we find, we talk about it off air.
All right.
Yeah, definitely.
Rest in peace.
We're not doing that.
Because Musclehead's over here. Ozark is great.
Oh, and I have to watch Snowfall because
Snowfall is crazy, B.
Yeah.
Is it?
Snowfall is very crazy.
I hear Snowfall is unbelievable.
I'm not sure if it's loosely based on Freeway Ricky Ross out in Cali. I'm not sure. But other than that, that's what I'm watching. I'm watching Snowfall. I'm watching The Deuce.
Oh, okay, yeah. The
HBO? Yeah.
That prostitution joint, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Basically 42nd Street in the 70s.
Right.
Which, yes, it's prostitution. Yes.
Right. I mean,
pretty much.
I just didn't want to say the prostitution joint, so.
You walk 42nd Street, you're
Let's show some respect here. You know what I mean?
It's 42nd Street?
Oh.
Right. All right, so next week will be the last show. So we're gonna try
Say
to
it ain't so.
Try to get as many people. So Trini Man, you're gonna be here.
Yeah. I'll come through.
You're not allowed without Trini Pup though.
Well, I guess I'm staying home then.
It's all right. We'll give Trini Pup an Uber.
You can't bring Trini Pup?
I'll try.
No. Don't try. Just make it happen.
We got everything she needs here.
Hold up.
Everything.
Chase is coming?
No, Chase is not coming. That's gonna be a fight. I mean, first of all, if Jay
or some puppy making out this mother. We doing a show, all of a sudden we hear knocking boots song playing. Whoa!
If Jay Lex is here, you're gonna turn around like, yo, where is this guy at?
So just cool.
One of the greatest moments my dog has ever witnessed was Jay Lex not knowing what grills are. My dog literally napping on the couch.
Yo, Jay Lex is on the thread right now, though. That shit was classic.
And he literally woke up like,
Nah, but paint the whole story. So we were playing a game, and the answer to the game, or whatever in the question, was the word grills. Right. But you hear grills in a term it was used. We were clearly talking about the thing, you put in your mouth.
Yeah.
Here go Jay Lex. Wow. Those grills got me through college. In my dorm room. Everybody's like, what the fuck is he talking? Yeah, those George Foreman grills. Am I right? Put the hand up for the dap and everything. Yo, what? Oh my God, yo.
I'm still lonely.
That was a terrible exchange.
My dog is laying there on the couch. Yo. We all look at it, and the dog wakes up like,
the dog did the Tim Allen, huh?
Chase definitely didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yo, Jay Lex said, y'all gonna leave me alone. Yo, but the way he said it, You know, George Foreman, right? Huh? Am I right, guys?
Even his wife looked at him like,
yo, his wife was trying to cover it up.
Yeah.
Guys, you know, he's
not
tired.
from this part of town. Yeah.
You know,
He's not from around here. Yeah, long day.
Roseanne was taken.
Yeah, it was. He had some Ambien before he came in.
He's not from this part of town. Y'all. He's from the burbs.
Yo,
Burbs. Yo, Erica says this can't be life.
Yo, there's one love, bro.
That shit was crazy.
we love you, man. But yeah, that was
Bro, I was standing near the window, yo. I almost let it go, yo. It was only 3 floors, so I should have broke a leg and embarrassed myself.
I turned around to look at Preach.
Oh my God.
I was looking dead at Preach. I was like, I didn't know nothing was going on.
We were laughing
our asses off, man. But your response,
I
that
had
was
to
your
say it was my
cousin, bro.
cousin. I had to turn around for 5 seconds just in case somebody forgot.
Jesus.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so Jay, yo, what, well, you know,
we boys.
Yeah, man. Hope all is well, you know.
Oh man.
Oh my God, that was hilarious. All right, yeah. So we'll try. I'll see if we can we find what's his name? He was the first and only listener in the beginning. Not what's his name?
Where has my
JT?
JT been?
JT, there you go, JT.
I was with him a few weeks ago.
Tell that boy to call him.
Yeah, he has to call in, man, and bless the show with one more.
Oh my God.
I don't know, so I can deal with his shit.
I think he'll shut us down early.
he's more militant than ever, bro. Then
so he didn't go to Mecca and find the light?
Jesus Christ. We hopped in a cab, and the cab driver was African. And he's trying to speak all this shit to him, yo. And the African dude was like, all right, take it easy, bro. So, are you part of this tribe? And he's speaking all this drum shit to him. And the dude's looking at him like, all right, take it easy, bro. You know what I mean?
Dude
like,
from Bronx.
Yo, he treated the cab driver like how you'd run up on a celebrity. Like how I'd run up on Jay-Z or some shit. That's how he treated the cab driver.
Oh, my God.
It was ridiculous.
Wow.
But God bless him.
Yeah, indeed. I'll let him know. He stopped messing with him.
Gonna
I'll
miss
let him
that
know.
Dr. Dre voice he got.
And
JT.
Have we made a decision on the previous fourth host?
Previous fourth host?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm looking at you because I have no parts of this. With this,
So, and they talking about
In other news, Michael B. Jordan.
I'm about to say, they talking about Michael B. Jordan becoming Superman. I'm not trying to have our last show be about Superman. I refuse,
Her
yo.
audition as Lois
What
Lane.
was that?
Oh my God.
I don't even know.
Sandman said if JT calls, we'll probably curse him out. I'm waiting for it. I'm here for B.
Good luck
I love
with
that imitation. I don't know if they're gonna survive that one,
Didn't
but
we do a show
JT,
with
he
like JT
got some words.
debated the world?
Yo, he came, he came here, but this is before we were on video. Because remember, his face can't be shown.
No, yeah, definitely not.
So if he comes now, like, he'll literally sit here with a fucking robbing mask.
A black KKK mask.
He'll say with nothing but eyes and nose out. Like, it just is what it is.
And having a strange voice.
Oh, that'd be
Bro, you
hysterical.
just don't know.
Yeah, it'll be hysterical, right?
Brother Malcolm.
Something like Bane and
I
shit.
could never be as good as that.
I know, right? Oh,
Something like
God.
Bane. I've seen the light.
That shit was mad funny,
You
though.
ain't see no light now, I don't know. That boy see nothing but darkness, boy.
Yeah.
All right, let's do our shout outs.
We'll let Trini Man start the
Yeah,
shout out.
Trini Man.
You don't know how to shout
Shout
out.
out everybody on the tread.
All right, good job, Trini Man. All right, boys.
No. Shout out Trini Pop. Got it.
Yeah,
Shout out Trini Pop.
Bro.
Yeah, shout out everybody on the tread.
On the what?
Shout out the family.
No, it's not a
meant-
treadmill. It's
He
a
meant thread. Yeah, no.
I'm just saying. All right,
It's
go ahead,
hard
I'm
for him
sorry.
to say that.
No, he said.
Trini Man, fuck him up, man. Like, fuck
Yo, why you gotta
Yo,
incite?
Mike,
We're not going
incite
to initiate
yo?
violence. We're not going to
Yeah,
initiate
man.
violence.
Yo,
But,
did
you
you
know,
have him in a headlock during
Yo,
one of the breaks?
Where was you when that man was putting his hand in your face?
Oh.
Cocksucker. But anyway,
Oh,
we'll talk about that. Yeah, take that, Preach.
we can talk about that.
Anyway, go ahead.
Wow.
Go ahead. Trini Man.
What in the world?
Yes.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
So, yeah, shout out everyone on the tread.
On the tread.
Jay like says
family.
the tread.
The tread.
Yes.
It's the thread. But okay.
Yo,
Trini Man says, at least I know what grills are. Yes. And I'm from Trinidad.
Yo.
Yes. You tell him, Trini
wow.
Man. Yes.
Wow. Shout out everyone, yeah, man. Family, even Trini Papa's your call.
Oh,
First of all, the shout out should have been the first person to
Should
shout
have
out.
been
should have
Trini.
Cut it out.
exactly. We
I'll
can't wait to
I'll
see her
do
next
that.
No, he
Nice,
saved the
please,
best for
okay?
last. That's what it was.
Yo, I'm dead ass holding her the whole show on some Dr. Evil shit. I'm dead ass, yo.
All right, boys.
Shout outs to me being here
You
15 minutes.
literally did come just for the fucking shout out.
I did, definitely. I came all the way because I love you guys. I didn't care where I was. I was going to be here before the show ended. That's right.
You make me sick. You told me 11.
I tried.
It was like 11:50.
We didn't make the meeting end until 11 o'clock, unfortunately. Yeah, so just for those of you that know, we had to do a diversity and inclusion training.
Yeah, no one cares about your damn.
Yes, Erica, I got to make sure that we take care of you guys the right way.
Yo, Erica, chill, yo. First of all, Erica, matter of fact, it's Erica's birthday today.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Erica. Yes.
All right, so
wow.
we're done.
Good friend of mine from Virginia. Whoa, I wasn't finished yet.
Oh, okay.
Who doing the show? I thought it was voice.
Well, when Erica jumps in, okay, to save your ass, I'm gonna shout her out, and it's her birthday today. She's a loyal follower, okay?
As Trini would say, she's a loyal follower.
Yo,
yeah,
much
you got
respect,
that down. Anyway, you finished?
Oceanside. I'm gonna be back later, of course, because I gotta go back to work. Shout outs to the house. Shout outs to her, to Miss Barbie. Yeah, that's it.
You sure you ain't got nothing?
No.
No, take your time, because for real, you haven't said anything.
Shout out to you.
The last 30 minutes of the live show we got is dedicated just to voice.
Shout outs to Preach. Shout outs to JT. We'll try to get him the call later. That's all I got.
That's all you got?
Yeah.
There you go.
Anyway, so shout out to Sweet Mama. Like I said, yesterday was her birthday. So happy birthday to her. Again, happy birthday to Erica. Happy birthday to Molly. Happy birthday to you, Trini Mon.
You just say Molly?
Yeah, her name's Molly, yes.
Oh, Molly, okay.
Yes. Nice girl, she's Hawaiian.
Hawaiian?
Yes, her friend of Sweet Mom's. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice girl. Okay. Relax, she's got a husband and family.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Take it easy. Anyway, again,
I'm cool.
You, happy 53rd. You look great. You the Mon. Yeah?
53rd, you said?
You don't worry about it. Just skip that. Just skip that.
Happy 53rd. Huh?
Yo, shout out to Vegas. Yo, B, one thing I like about Vegas, I saw some white boys get pulled out them casinos, man. It was great. And you know how white boys get when they get bad. Oh, I thought this was America. They were getting pulled out the casinos, man. That shit was funnier than a motherfucker, yo. I'm talking like biker guys.
Yes.
You know, they get drunk and get in the casinos and start wilding out. I've seen it about 2-3 times, man. Vegas was a good time, yo. Shout out to Vegas. We'll be back.
Right.
They support the black folk.
I don't want to go that far. I didn't stay long enough to test that theory, but yes. Like I said, it was good seeing people getting dragged out. It was a good time.
Carol says, happy birthday to Sweet Mama?
Yes, it was her birthday yesterday. Yeah, what show you just listened to? I just said happy birthday to you.
I totally bypassed everything. I just realized, wait a minute. I could have sworn her birthday was a couple of days ago.
Her birthday was yesterday.
Oh my God. I gotta give her a
All right, shout out.
Where the hell am I?
Shout out to the fans. Shout out to the team.
I'm thinking about O'Neal. I'm thinking about everything else. Oh, sorry.
Shout out to the thread. Shout out to listeners.
Work.
Shout out everybody out, man. Next week, last show. We'll see if we can try to do 3 hours. Have as much fun as possible. We appreciate the love. We're out of here. Sunday morning breakfast. Peace.